Welcome everybody to our latest session of the Empire of the Ghouls. As usual, we're going to do a quick recap of what occurred last week, and then we're going to get into tonight's session. Team, you'll likely recall when we picked up last week, I should say, you guys were in the Stone Galleries. This was the location you had gotten to after traveling through the Fey Road or the Shadow Road, traveling a long distance through this magical road. You guys were here, had already had an encounter here previously. You guys were in the process of investigating some of the other areas in the Stone Galleries. There was a tower that you wanted to check out, as well as this banquet hall that had this strange stained glass mirror that you guys were interested in as well. So you guys were checking that out. You eventually did make ingress into the tower using a balcony and climbing up to get to the top. Once you're inside, there was a chest at a distance, though the floor looked a bit rickety. You weren't quite sure how stable it was going to be. And so there was a little bit of a guessing game here of the best way to get this out. So between Grim and Caliban, there was some grappling hook thrown to try to grab onto the chest and pull it forward. Unfortunately, that resulted in 3 destroyed potions of healing with unfortunate lasso skills. But eventually the chest was pulled over. Once the chest was brought down, or once the items inside the chest were taken out and then brought downstairs to the rest of the team, you guys were able to discover that inside was a bag of holding as well as a moonsteel rapier. So I believe Zach currently has the bag of holding and Barnaby took possession of the moonsteel rapier. You also found that this tower, this mage's tower of some type, very ruined, it had a magical barrier on it that could be activated or deactivated by a panel inside. So once this was discovered, you guys kept poking around a bit. The banquet hall area, there was this stained glass mirror, and you guys were able to walk inside. Those of you that did walk inside felt this sort of strange sensation as you were sort of reliving memories of folks who had spent time here in the banquet hall some time ago. It seemed as though this was a festive area at one time, and those memories seemed to linger here. So noticing that this was some kind of a mind-altering effect and not wanting to take any chances, you only had a couple of people enter, eventually exited there. While searching the Mage's Tower, there was a location spotted, a trapdoor off in the canal. So some of you guys went and checked that out. After speaking with the Archduke about this area and the canal in particular, he mentioned that it was known that this location was home to a coven of Medusa that was said that they lived underground. So noticing that this trapdoor went down, you guys only tentatively went down there, realized that this kind of split off into a network of tunnels, and knowing that this wasn't the location that you needed to take the Archduke, it didn't make a whole lot of sense to risk it down there. No need, or I should say, knowing that there is the danger of running into those Medusa. Also, again, that's not really where the Archduke's trying to go. So you guys decided better of that. It came back to the surface and eventually made your way over land in the direction of Jost. Jost is the city that the Archduke is trying to get to in order to spark up an alliance with the Reaver dwarves there. And so you guys started going over land. As part of going over land, this is a multi-day journey. Each day you had to decide how exactly to approach this. You had 3 different options, one of those being to kind of go across land with the intention of, walking in plain sight, you might say, trying to just convince people that you belonged there. Another was to go stealthy and avoid detection. And then last was to kind of use the back roads and just go rough it over land and natural areas. And you guys decided which one of those to do on a day-to-day basis, sometimes using one, sometimes using the other, knowing that if you tried to use the same one over and over, it became more difficult. So you guys did a variety of options. As part of this travel, during one of the failed checks as traveling during the day, you guys were going across this plains area with some rocks and boulders and small bushes, crossing this path on your way to Jost, when the ground started to shake and eventually erupted as 6 bug-like creatures emerged and took the battle to you all. This turned out to be a pretty deadly battle, or could have been perhaps, as these insects had the ability to spray acid at a distance and hit everybody in a line. This was quite effective. Zach had poor initiative acting at the very end, so it was actually dropped before he even got a turn. Luckily, the team was able to get him back up. He was able to get some distance and then participate in the battle. Rest of the team was doing the best they could to keep fighting, using your what you have at your disposal to fight against these bugs. It was looking a bit sketchy in the beginning, but eventually the tide started to turn your way. The guardsman for the Archduke was protecting him, just being a defensive fighter. And luckily, he was never struck, so it kind of held one to his own. The Archduke showed you his leadership abilities by using an ability that allowed all of you to add a die to your attack rolls and saving throws. And you guys were able to prevail over these bugs. So after defeating all of them, realizing that you were a little bit worse for wear, you guys continued on eventually. Again, over a multiple day journey, you continued traveling, and then eventually, during one of the nights later in the travels, you guys were coming across another plains area with a bit of a ridge. And as you passed this area, there was this cacophony of howls, as though many, many wolves suddenly were just all in one area. And this strange sort of swarm of wolf spirits appeared over this ridge and took the battle to you all. It again looked like this was going to be quite a dangerous battle, as these wolf spirits were able to use some cold radius ability as well as bite multiple times. Luckily, however, we had Archie, our Archgale, use his turn undead, and the wolf spirits seemed to be susceptible to that, and they took off at a very quick pace. During this battle, seeing again undead creatures appear, poor Runok decided that he was better off elsewhere and kind of jogged his way away from that location as well. The team eventually caught up to him as he was running away at pretty quick speed. After you guys caught up with him, he apologized a bit. Some of you guys called him a coward and said, yeah, you get it, but maybe a little bit distrust there. Hard to say for sure. But the team eventually kept pushing onwards, wanting to make sure that the wolf spirits weren't just going to circle back and re-engage the group. Luckily, that was all of the bad battles or fights that you had to do during this travel from the stone galleries over to the free city of Jost. This is known as the City of Fish. Once you guys arrived in Jost, you guys came in through Thorns Road and passed through the Forest Gate and found yourself on the west side of Jost. Jost is a city that is separated by the river, River Praslauka. So you guys were hanging out a little bit here on the west side of town. The Archduke explained that where you wanted to go, the Temple of Sif, the location where the sisters there may know some more information about the Holy Robes of Adolin that you're ultimately searching. He said that they were on the other side, and he himself was going to check in at the town hall eventually, but he had a particular inn that he wanted to go visit. He had been there sometime in the past and wanted to head there once again. So you guys got a ferry and started traveling across the water, and that is where we wrapped up. So that was a very quick recap of what we did last session. Anything I missed? Anybody would like to add?
Yeah, one thing. One during the battle with the ghost wolf, the scout got injured pretty badly, so I healed the scout. And later I talked to the scout, and the scout was like, "Thank you very much. The Archduke likes you very much and would like to have supper with you sometime."
He did indeed. Yeah, go ahead and take inspiration, Archgale, as the Archduke had previously taken a shine to Archgale thanks to his assistance in the battle with the ghouls at the Stone Galleries. And yeah, further healing, of course, certainly doesn't go unappreciated. The Archduke seemingly has held Archgale in high regard.
And I already have inspiration if somebody would like it. Whoever said that first, go for it.
Give it to Glory.
All right, it's all glories.
Thank you. Also, the Archduke said he'd give us a letter of introduction when we go talk to the Reaver dwarves.
Actually, I'll change that or add that because we asked for a letter of introduction.
But didn't he tell us we didn't think we would need one actually to talk to, or at least to the folks in the Sif temple?
Oh,
Yeah, he said that he didn't think we'd need one, but he would do it anyway.
Yes, let's go ahead and give inspiration to both Grim and Caliban there. So yeah, you guys pieced it together well. So right, initially the Archduke did not seem to think that you guys would need a letter at all, but you guys asked him to write one anyway. He said he would do so. He didn't know how much weight it would hold, but he said to make sure not to show any weakness, as the battle maidens there, the sisters, are very much focused on martial prowess. And that's what they hold high in respect, is martial prowess. You want to make sure to put your best foot forward and look tough, essentially, when you go there. Excellent, excellent. Anybody else want to have anything to add? All right, hearing nothing then, I'll assume we're good to go. And let's get you guys over to Jost. Alrighty, folks, we find ourselves in Jost. You guys are still on the west side of town, or you're essentially getting in the barge and traveling over. The Archduke offered to cover your cost. To speed this up a little bit, we're going to assume you guys have made your way across the river. Once you make it across the river, the Archduke lets you know that he is going to travel to a particular inn that he is very familiar with and that he appreciates. He lets you know that this inn, he'll go ahead and give you the name. It is a grandiose inn, is what he calls it at least, called the Uncommon Porpoise. And he says he will be staying there and letting both the Jarl Scuddy and the mayor of Jost know that he has arrived shortly once he gets settled in. You guys have been pointed to where the Temple of Sif is. You're free to travel there whenever it is you would like.
Apparently, punny names for pubs is timeless.
At least here in Jost, yes.
While we ride this barge together, there is one thing I would like to keep an eye out for, and that would be if anyone seems to be eyeing us, or especially the Archduke, or if we've been followed particularly by anybody.
Sure, go ahead and throw me a perception check for that. The Archduke would leave you fairly short in this journey after you guys have crossed the river, but we'll see if you might be able to notice anything like that during that time. Nothing that you pick up. Quick technical check. Is everybody else be able to hear the music right now? I'm having a little issue with the sound. I want to make sure it's just me.
I can hear it.
Yeah, I can hear it.
All right, perfect. Just me, no worries then.
I'll take my breastplate off and I'll do, some push-ups and stuff just so I get my muscles all, puffed up. And I'll have a flask of oil and I'm gonna rub it around my muscles and stuff like that.
All right, interesting. I was going to say, I'm not sure that's the kind of oil you want to do that with, but all right, yeah, I guess it will have some effect, sure, yeah.
I'm going to light a torch.
All right, so it sounds like Glory's prepping on his way to head to the Temple of Sif. Is that you guys' plan? Is everybody would like to head there straight away?
Yes, let's go there.
I think so. And when Caliban sort of sees Glory doing that, it kind of gives a thought, but then he starts to just spit polish his armor and do the best he can to try to get the armor as shiny as possible. Make sure his tack is solid, clean the hilts of the sword, etc.
and as Grim does that, Grim's gonna make sure he's got as much blood on his armor as possible, and maybe smears a little bit of blood on his face if there's any laying around from the bugs, guts, and he'll say, I guess we all approach it differently.
Should I try to look like something too?
No, we need to talk. Speaking of, Barnaby, get behind us, way behind us.
I don't know, Runok, maybe you can make a scar on your face or something. Something that looks like you've been in battle before.
Okay.
Why do you want me so far? You not want me to hear you slap this little guy? Is that it?
Well, actually, that is a good point. Runok, didn't you say that there was something that would help you here in the city?
Yeah. Well, I wanted to talk to you all in private somewhere. I
Okay.
had a plan.
Maybe tonight at the inn we can discuss that.
All right. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Okay. And then Runak does disguise self again, and his face now has a long, long scar that like goes across the full length of it, but diagonal.
Fake it till you make it, huh, Runak?
Is this better?
Well, it's believable at least, as long as you don't run away when we meet these knights.
Yeah. All right. I'll stay in the back though.
My new friend, the challenge I have is that you have that big sword, and you act like you're ready to fight, and then we saved you, and then you run. Why? If you're gonna have a sword, you may as well help us defeat the enemies. That's my biggest concern. If you're not gonna fight, then stop faking it and just put the sword away and maybe carry our bundles.
Didn't you see me squash those bugs?
You did good sometimes. Then, well, there's the other times.
He's
I
skilled. We've seen
can
him.
fix it. I can fix it. Don't worry. I'll tell you all about it later.
Oh, we're fixing it before we leave Jost, because apparently looks like we're up against an empire of ghouls. So, if you run, I ain't chasing after you anymore.
Yes, no. You're against the Empire, and so am I. So we are aligned. We need to work together, and I can make it work. Believe me. I'll show you.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a good idea.
Well, I guess while everyone else is prepping up, I'm gonna kneel down and begin praying to Rava to give me guidance and strength to progress.
All right, some of you have done some preparations. Is there anything else you wanted to do before making a beeline to the Temple of Sif? All
Hey,
right.
I'll say this. I'll say this one more time. Don't hide anything from these people. Let's just be honest. Sometimes we think we need to not tell them everything, and this is a full-on war. I'm sure everyone in the Temple of Sif is on board with our agenda.
How do you know that?
Well, I just have to, because when we start fumbling around with words, that's when we get get all caught in a trap or something. But if you want me to talk, it's gonna be flat out everything I can remember. Just so you know, I'm telling him everything.
Not sure if we should be leading that way, but we probably should agree on a spokesperson or at least a story. How much do we share?
All of it.
I think our story's pretty compelling. We can just tell them the truth.
All right. I'll defer to you.
Great idea. I'm glad we're all on board.
Just make sure there isn't a secret vampire in their midst or something.
Well, if there is, we'll just kill it.
Oh, yes. Runak can watch.
Ugh. I hate those little buggers.
All right, so you guys make your way through the city of Jost here. For sake of ease, I'm going to assume you stay pretty close here to the shoreline. Make your way up in this direction. Kind of come over here, bend a little bit, find the main path, and see yourself entering the Temple of Sif. So the Temple of Sif is a large building, and it also has gardens all sort of surrounding it. So as you begin to approach, you're entering the gardens themselves. Quick check, who has visible weapons upon them?
I do.
Runak does if he didn't know that it was not proper
The
to carry
glory
one.
does.
Caliban as well.
I've had a dagger at my sheathed on my belt the whole time, but I don't ever like withdraw it.
So far,
So
I have
I
heard
guess-
everybody has a visible weapon upon them. So maybe I should have phrased this differently. Does anybody not have a visible weapon upon them? Excellent. Okay, so everybody has a visible weapon. All right, so I'm going to bring us over to the Temple of Sif. All right, as you enter the quarters of the Temple of Sif, finding yourself in the gardens here, you notice a lovely fountain. You can see a water display here as water is circulated out sort of in a Springer circle formation and spritzes back into the pool. It has a calmness to it, but that is immediately shattered by the constant sounds of fighting all around you. You notice that there is weapons and items all strewn across the ground. You can see that these folks here are shield maidens of Sif as light suddenly appears everywhere. They are shield maidens of Sif in this area, and you can see them fighting against one another, kind of in single combat, kind of, you might think of this as dueling. They are striking. You notice some of them drawing blood. However, once somebody gets hit and you see someone scores blood, it's not like they're going full bore and trying to kill them. Once they see that, they kind of stop. As your team enters this area and you're approaching, you notice one of the shield maidens immediately comes down and she says, You there, you have all arrived at the grounds. You are clearly warriors. You have weapons upon you. I want you. She points at you, Barnaby. She says, Follow me. And then this one comes up and says, Masked man, I'll take you, me, the fountain, now. And this continues as each of these shield maidens is going to go up to each of you and demand that you fight her in single combat. Is anybody refusing to do so?
Caliban is just very excited. They're so pretty. Oh, this one picked me. And he's very excited to go off with whichever one has chosen him.
She does seem kind of attractive here, Caliban, but she has this grit look on her face like she brooks no nonsense. All right, so not hearing anybody disagree, I'm going to just kind of pair you guys off as one like kind of pulls you one way, one pulls you another way. So once you guys are each kind of pulled off into these different directions, and Archgale, you get walked around to the garden area.
Oh.
And
just
Caliban...
for-
Sorry, real quick. Caliban, you get walked off into a different garden area. All right, Zach, go ahead.
I think Archgale and I can't see anything, just so you're aware.
Oh, still you
Just
can't
black.
see. I thought I just switched it to global. You should be able to see. Let me double check. Oh, nope. I turned the wrong slider there. There we go.
There we go.
Yep.
That'll make it much harder for you.
Yes, that would be an unfair battle. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I've got a default SAC because usually it's dark, so I just default dark vision. I always have to remember to turn it off because I can't see on my side when it's dark. But yeah, just let me know if ever that happens. Appreciate that. We'll get you fixed right away. Okay, so each of you guys have been pulled off, paired off with a different one of the shield maidens, and this is kind of brusquely explained to each one of you in turn. These are duels to first blood. So basically what this means, if somebody strikes and deals at least 6 points of damage, that is going to draw blood. If you deal less than 6 points of damage, that's going to be like a glancing blow. So let's get to it. I'm going to put all of us into initiative as the rest of the shield maidens kind of take a step back and are watching eagerly the various battles. One's going to kind of make her way down here and check out from a distance this battle. And one's going to kind of come up here and check out the Archgale battle.
Are we getting a chance to sort of ready yourselves before the duels start, or?
It's not like she immediately... Yeah, it's not like she immediately attacks you. So if you, by ready, you mean like equip a shield or change something like that, then yes, absolutely. What I will say, however, is I'm not going to grant the alert option to switch because, you know, you can't, I think it's just Archie now and he can't see the other players. So I'm going to assume that he's not able to do that.
I'll put my breastplate back on.
All right.
You're gonna hide those oiled muscles?
So
I figured he'd put that nice suit he found on.
Grim, just double check and remind me, when you roll, that replaces my roll. Is that correct?
If it's more, and I did. I rolled a 3, you rolled a 3, and I rolled a 5. Because I just have
Perfect.
advantage on initiative. Yep.
Excellent. Okay, so I want to make sure I'm not cheating you there. So I'm resorting, getting you in the correct order. Okay, so let me go ahead and turn on some more up-tempo music. And Zach, you have 1 initiative. So you are faced off against your shield maiden. She's sort of dancing around you, but you react quicker. Feel free to take your turn.
Alright, so I'll start off by bonus action casting innate sorcery, and then I will cast chromatic orb directly at her. Did that not roll? And that's at advantage. So
But that is a ranged spell attack, right? So I think that's at
but I'm,
disadvantage.
but I'm spell sniper, so I don't get disadvantage for being in melee.
That cuts off both cover and advantage for being in melee?
I believe so. Yeah, let me double check. Being within 5 feet of an enemy does not impose disadvantage on your attack rolls with spells.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah,
That's
that
cool.
speed super souped up. Okay, yeah, that is going to hit.
Okay, let me get back to the spells.
So I hadn't considered the spells too much, but I would say if you were to choose like, oh, that doesn't have psychic. I was gonna say if you were gonna choose psychic, that's not gonna draw blood, of course. But
Yeah, so I'll just do like thunder, which is what I normally do. I would assume that would like, at least like make their nose bleed or something if I smacked them with it.
I think I'll go for that. Sure. So as the thunder orb strikes into her, you see she looks back towards you and is a little bit shooken up, and then you see she just takes her weapon here and kind of slams the butt of it into the ground, this massive great axe, and she says, "Fine, fine, you've passed."
Well, fine. And that'll end my turn.
All right, Archgale across from your battle maiden.
Ooh, did they? I assume when they explained the rules, they didn't say that we couldn't use magic, right?
They did not.
Oh, wonderful. I'm gonna cast. Let's see. I unfortunately don't have that nice feat that he has, so I need a good touch one. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Sacred Flame.
All right, Sacred Flame. Yep, go ahead and post that. I know that's a deck save. All right, she will fail that save, so the radiant energy will indeed come down upon her. All right, you'll notice it strikes her, but does not draw blood.
Okay. And then. Let's see, what am I at? AC 98. All right. I will use my bonus action. Wait, casting a spell. If I cast a cantrip, I can't cast a normal spell, right? Or a
You
spell
can.
slotted spell? I can? Okay.
All you've casted so far is a cantrip, so if you're using a bonus action to cast a slotted spell, you'd be able to do that.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay.
And I will end my turn.
All right, as you end your turn, next up is the one across from Caliban. So Caliban, you're going to notice as she swirls the great axe, trying to like dodge around you and take an open opportunity here, trying to find an opening in your defenses. She is then going to slash out. 18 against Caliban's AC is 19, so that's going to shatter into the shield and be redirected away from you. All right, Archgale, now that you have damaged her, you're going to notice a frenzy comes over her as she attacks with a furious rage upon you. This is attacking at advantage. 22 to hit. I'm going to set that to advantage rolls. 22 obviously is going to hit, even with Shield of Faith. So here comes
I will
the thing.
use my reaction and one of my feats to cast shield.
Okay. Yep. And as a reminder, you have nothing in your hands right now. Is that right?
I'm a warcaster.
Warcaster. Okay. Good deal. Yeah. Go ahead and burn that slot.
All right, let me. Right here, there it is.
So that's going to set your AC to 24. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. So that axe will miss. All right. We will move down to the one across from Glory. She is going to slash out at you, Glory. 13 is going to miss Glory. All right, Caliban.
Caliban is actually going to really enjoy this. He's excited to learn here, so he is going to first cast. What just happened here? There we go. Blade Ward. So set that to concentrate, and then I will use Action Surge to take a swing with the sword, one-handed. See what we can do.
Yes, that will connect. All right, that's going to be enough to slice her in the shoulder, drawing a thin line of blood here. And she'll see she kind of puts an arm out and grabs you by the shoulder and shakes you a bit and says, "All right, you have the fight in you."
Oh, excellent.
All right, those of you that have passed your challenge, I'm going to remove you from initiative just so I don't get confused about who is still in. Runok, I think the reason you were in initiative, I'm wondering if your token got moved slightly right when I was rolling. So I'm going to slide her up next to you, but it is your turn.
Okay. I don't want to hurt you.
You see she gives a grin and she says, "I'm more worried about hurting you."
All right. And Runak's going to cast Hex on her.
All right, bonus action Hex. And which stat are you picking?
Strength.
All right, she is hexed.
Okay, and then he's going to swing his great sword at her.
That
Oh,
is
wait,
going
sorry.
to miss, Runok. Yeah, go ahead and set yourself back to public, but that attack will miss.
All right. I don't want to hurt you. I said that already.
She laughs out as she swings right back towards you. But she will miss as well. She says, "Well dodged, but I'll get you next time." All right, Grim, the one next to you, you see she looks at you, her blade kind of low, this great axe, and then very rapidly she brings it slashing right at your midsection. 19, that is just going to miss.
Good
All
one.
right.
I like your technique.
Barnaby, you're going to notice as this one leaps into the air as she brings the great axe down upon your head. 22, that is going to connect. For 11 points of slashing damage. That is going to cause you to bleed down your hairline. And you see she puts the axe down and she looks you up and down. And she says, Grim.
After dodging that axe, I'll say, "Oh, nice trickery with your forehand." So I'm gonna fling my flail around and give it an attack.
She will deflect your flail with her axe and say, "Try to get behind me! Oh, trickery-ass book move! No!"
Ha ha! Well, try this backhand. Action surge.
That will connect. All right, you smack into her for 13 points of damage. That is enough to draw blood. You see, oh, she absorbs the blow, and she says, "Oh, you're quicker than you look."
Ah.
All right, Grim, you have passed the test. I'm going to remove you. All right, this one is just kind of looking you up and down. Zach, Glory, your turn.
All right, bonus action. I'm going to rage. And then I'm going to attack the one in front of me recklessly with my halberd.
Oh, I forgot to mention this, but I spent a little bit of time updating the Savage Attacker macros. So for those of you guys that use Savage Attacker, you should notice a little bit prettier output on that. And Runok, I created a macro for you. You're going to find it over in the macro section. It is called Runok Greatsword Damage with GWF, Great Weapon Fighting. If you put that in your bar, that'll take care of the formula for you for turning 1s and 2s into 3s. Sorry about that, Glory. Feel free. That is a hit. All right, 18 points of damage. Yeah, that is certainly going to draw blood as that wallops her. You'll see she is knocked off a step for a moment, and then she looks you up and down and says, "Good hit, warrior."
That is my turn.
All right, Barnaby, this battle with her is essentially over. I'm just giving you a chance if there's anything you want to do.
I'm going to give her a nod, and I'm going to say, well hit. That was a wonderful jump up in the air. The next time I'll be ready for you, but thank you for allowing me to go up against you, and I'm going to heal myself for 11 points.
She laughs very loud with her mouth up in the air. Ah! And then she pats you on the head. Good fought, warrior. Good fought. All right, feel free to apply that healing, and we'll move on to Archgale.
Okay, I'm going to cast Divine Spark.
All right, Constitution saving throw from her. She's going to fail that. Go ahead and post your damage, 1d8 plus 5. Okay, well, that'll give a minimum of 6. So, yes, she will draw blood with that strike. And then you'll see she will look at you and she'll say, "Well, magic protects you well enough for now, but where will you be when it runs out? I hope it never does."
Faith is limitless. It will never run out.
You see she narrows her eyes a little bit as she looks at you. All right, Archgale, I'm going to remove you as you have passed your test. All right, back here to Caliban. All right, you guys are still engaged in a brawl here. She is going to go ahead and try to wallop you once again. You're currently blade warded.
Oh, I thought I ended that with her. I dealt.
Did I not remove damage from her? Okay, my bad.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think you did 8 damage.
Let me
Did
get
8
rid of that one. Then, yeah, all right, you're good. This one is all set as Archgale has passed his. Glory has passed his. Oh, it was Runok who I was thinking of. Okay, so Runok, you're the one that actually missed. Okay, so let's see. Runok, yes, she is going to bring this great axe like forward, trying to like knock you off balance as she then swoops it around, trying to slice downwards.
Oh, does she go before me now? Before it was I went first and then she went after me.
My bad. I don't know. Wow, I'm all discombobulated today, guys. Apologies.
Yeah, if
Runok, your turn.
If you have her, she's right next. She's 12.
I've got a chance. Oh, but no. No, I don't.
Okay, unfortunately, that is going to miss. I'm going to go ahead and just take that for speed purposes. That 18 is going to hit you.
Sure, I was going to use a luck point against her.
Sure.
If,
So that'll make her have to re-roll, correct?
yeah.
All right, go ahead and post that real quick. Okay, so you would have declared this before she actually rolled, right? So I will assume that you've declared that. I'm going to give her the first roll as the 18, since I went out of order here, and then I'm going to have her roll a second one. So 18 was her first roll. Here's her second roll. 8. All right, that will be a miss. All right, let's see. Grim has defeated his challenge, so she is done. And this challenge is over as well. So all right, we're down to just Runok and this final battle maiden. So Runok.
Okay. This time, I'm going to use the luck points on myself to give myself advantage.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just marking it down. All right, and I go, this ends now, lady.
All right, 23 will hit. Okie doke. So you slash into her. That is going to do enough damage to draw blood. And that will end that one and the entire battle as well. As you strike her, you're going to see she looks a little bit nonplussed, kind of looking at you, and just you see she's like gritting through her teeth to try to give you any kind of compliment whatsoever. And all she eventually comes up with is, "Your friends are waiting for you."
Now, we fought well.
All right, quick other technical note, guys. I appreciate everybody doing the resource reporting. I think we're good for now. So I think we've established a pretty good, everybody's documenting their sheets. And honestly, we're getting rests frequently enough that oftentimes you're having plenty of resources. So don't bother doing the resource reporting anymore. If we have trouble with this in the future, we may reinstitute it, but I think we're good. So no worries. We'll just, obviously update your sheets as normal, but you don't have to do the resource reporting.
Sounds good.
Cool.
All right, guys, so these challenges are completed. Each of the warrior maidens will kind of step back away, leaving you where you were, moving back to their former positions. They start chatting with one another. You can hear them loudly and openly talking about the battles they just fought with you. And, oh, yeah, he was kind of a good warrior. And, oh, that green guy hits pretty hard. And, oh, yeah, of course, the mask guy had to use magic. Oh, geez, all these spell slingers. And you just hear him kind of just giving these little anecdotes about the various battles and duels.
I'm not going to say anything. I just grunt and walk off like a champion.
Gotta use what your best skills are.
Definitely leaving the hex on that one. That was annoying. So, for an hour.
I give her a nod and thank you for the bout, milady.
You see she looks back towards you and gives you a wink.
May we enter the temple?
You'll notice that as you're sort of approaching in that direction there, Zach, the one closest by looks you up and she says, "You have proven yourselves capable. Yes, you may enter the Temple of Sif."
So who else lost their battle? I lost. She was fast. She jumped up in the air and got me pretty good.
I got mine before she moved. She wasn't ready for me.
I lost mine too, Barnaby.
I won mine.
Fantastic. Well, it seems like we did better than we gave better than we got as a group. You guys did great.
My girl is amazing. She's so graceful. She sliced and almost got me. It rattled my shield, and her hair sort of tussled when it happened. And I had to win, but God, she just moved with such grace. I think
Sounds
I'm
like
in
somebody
love.
has a crush.
I'm imagining Caliban shouting this all the way back from the gardens.
Totally.
Weird question, really quickly. How do you drop concentration?
There's not like a good way. The best indicator for me, though, is just to remove the stopwatch from your character token. So just click your token, hit the clear all. It'll drop the stopwatch, and then you're no longer concentrating.
I think I need to get dragged back to the original sheet too.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is there? That's why I was wondering why you were still all the way back in the garden. Are you not able to move, or are you seeing something odd?
I am on a different map, I think, or I maybe just don't know. Oh, there's everybody. I couldn't see anything outside of the little squared circle there.
Gotcha. Okay, I was like, I wonder why he's just chilling there, but I get you.
We were
Oh.
leaving the demon behind. I mean, nice to have you join us.
You gotta come with us. You can't just hang out with that girl all day.
You're just seeing if you can still smell her hair a little bit in the combat area.
Well, you have business to attend to, sir.
All right, Grim, as you're
Righty.
approaching this location, you notice the stone altar at the end of the temple. There is an middle-aged woman on the other side of it. You can see that she is standing very tall here. Her back is like a straight metal spine. You can see that she is dressed pretty impressively. She has a silver breastplate, cloak of winter white fur underneath. The breastplate is gleaming in the light that comes through the windows. You see she is looking down at the altar, and there's some paperwork there that she's tracing her finger upon. You see she will look up and glance at you all and say, "Quite impressive work out in the gardens, most of you, that is." And then you see her eyes linger towards you, Barnaby.
And I'll just kind of look.
Advantage for him.
I'll just kind of look like I got one of those cheesy grins on my face.
He had trouble hitting above the knees.
Perhaps a
She
bit
jumps-
more training is in order.
Oh, well, I mean, had she been a ghoul, I probably would have done much better.
You notice she now raises her head and looks at you straight on. "Oh, do you find yourself in battle with the ghouls frequently, little one?"
I would say that we have, and we have put several of them down. It just seems to be what seems to be in front of us a lot these days.
Her eyes kind of bore into you for a moment as though she's trying to tear away any deceptions or any falsehoods that you might be speaking. And without changing her facial expression whatsoever, she says, "Why have you come here?"
One of my friends is a little bit more of the leader of the group. I kind of sit in the background a little bit, but we will be more than glad to tell you our story.
We're seeking the holy robes of Adeline. We were instructed to seek them out from Rava.
Her face, again, is still completely without emotion, without any change, like it's made of rock. And she says, "Rava has sent you on this mission. And what should Rava have need of the holy robes of Sister Adelaide?"
Well, it's a really long story, but we're on a mission to destroy undead ghouls. As if there's like an empire of ghouls. That is our goal. And Rava, I guess Archie here talks to her a lot. She, I don't know, Archie could tell you, but it's like prophetically said, we are chosen to kill undead ghouls, and we would be best if we seek the help of the mighty Sif and find those robes of Adeline to destroy and crush that empire back into oblivion.
It was also mentioned they were necessary to stop the Red Wedding.
All right, looking for a volunteer.
Dark
here.
wedding.
Looking for a volunteer here to throw me a persuasion check. Who'd like to take the lead on that?
I can do it.
Me, or you? Yeah.
I don't know if you're better than I am. I'm decent stat.
Well, I could be better than everybody at everything except for rolling, right?
Yeah, well, same. I don't have inspiration right now though, so if you do, maybe you take it.
I don't have it, but
Okay, or I'll just roll it. We'll just do it.
okay.
You see, again, her face doesn't change expression whatsoever, and she says, "We have many enemies here. We are on the edge of an undead kingdom, and they are using many different avenues to try to strike at us. Spies, infiltrators, knowing who to trust is quite complicated. I'm afraid I don't trust any of you. Do you possess anything that could perhaps show your allegiance?"
Grim, give her the letter.
Well, I also have this shield from Gristle. You see the mark on it? I earned it. by the guy. What was his name? Iron Fist or Bone Breaker? Because I fought ghouls and helped those dwarves recover their dead bodies, and I got this as a token of my valor.
Unfortunately, some of these turncoat traders have killed our forces and forces of Gristle and seized their relics, their equipment. Who's to say that you got that for valor and for fighting the undead, or simply took it off a braver man?
That's true. Good
Uh,
one. You got me on that one.
I'll nudge Grim and say,
What?
give her the letter.
Okay, the letter from the Archduke?
Yes.
Uh, so, your liege, um, we just recently came from Krakow, forget what it is now, and we brought the Archduke with us safely through the Fey roads. He could certainly attest to our valor as we crushed the ghouls on that path. Wait, did we? Undead. Right, yeah, ghouls on that path. Right there in the ruined temple area. May I approach?
You may.
Here you go.
All right, so you're setting the letter that the Archduke quickly jotted down for you on the altar?
Yep, I'm gonna point it towards her and stand in attention.
You see, she scans through it quickly and she says, "This professes to be from the Archduke, but I don't know his hand. I couldn't tell if this was truthfully written or not."
Matt, guys, she's smart. We're saying everything's true. I promise.
Yeah,
I
we
have
brought him through the Fey roads.
I have
You're-
The
abilities of telepathy.
undead have
I
been
can
using the Fey roads to their own ends. You say you travel the Fey roads. Most of our forces have not done so. Yeah, Zach.
I have abilities of telepathy. I could try to open my mind and let you see what I've seen.
Could I trust such visions through magic?
Milady, is there anything we could do to show our intent? You've tested our battle skills. Surely you must have a test to show our honor.
Typically, in these situations, I would assign a task for you to complete to show your devotion. Defeating some undead in Krakovar would prove that, but I'm afraid time is short and I don't have the resources to assign someone to watch you to see what you could do.
The Archduke is here in the city. He came with us. We could retrieve him.
You could
And
send
he
one
could
of your shield maidens with us. That one over there is quite skilled.
You notice she
Would
kind
you
of
bring the Archduke?
glances, her eyes flicker towards you, Caliban, as she just kind of apprises you momentarily. And then she looks back and she says, "The Archduke is in town. Am I to assume then that you are in his entourage?"
I wouldn't say that. We were accompanying him to make sure he got here safe. Our intention is to meet you. That's it. Flat and simple. We just helped him get here by escort. I have no. Our commitment to him is over.
Isn't that the exact term of an entourage?
No, we're off the entourage. We're not in the entourage. We were supposed to deliver him, and that's it, right?
You're not helping things.
Oh,
Archgale.
I will take a step forward and I will say, I know that the Knights of Sif are currently fighting guerrilla warfare. Um, Perhaps we could try to find one of these groups and help them, or we can prove to them that we are loyal. Go out to Krakow and then just kill some undead with them.
And all you need from me is to tell you where you could find one of these groups. Of course, an infiltrator, that's exactly what they would be looking for to fight against our forces.
Hmm.
Do you know any mages that can cast the truth circle? Make sure that what we're saying is the truth.
You notice she looks up, and as your eyes follow her eyes up above, you notice there's these giant-sized arrows in the ceiling that you hadn't noticed before. You see she looks at them momentarily and then looks back down. That is more frequently known to be a divine spell, and one that I could cast myself, though I'm not fond of using it. I prefer to meet people as they are and not compel their honesty.
We have nothing to hide. I'd be willing to subject myself to it.
All of you will?
Yes.
Of course.
I don't like people messing with me like that, so I'll. And also, I wasn't with these guys when they first uh, got their mission, so I can't attest to the validity of it, honestly.
I feel if you don't join us, she won't believe any of us.
My lady, we will all submit to it. For sure. Although you'll be disappointed because there's not much going on upstairs with my brain.
I don't think I've ever had that spell cast on me before. That sounds like something new. That'd be great. I'm all for it.
Are these arrows somehow involved? They look quite dangerous.
She looks back down towards you and says, "Pay them no mind. They won't harm you. If all of your group is willing to submit yourselves to the circle of truth, then we may be able to proceed."
We will. Come on, guys. Where's the circle?
Step in front of the altar.
Hey, it's over here, guys. See the circle?
All right. As
Barnaby,
you stand there. Yeah, go ahead, Barnaby.
Barnaby whispers to himself, "I'm 6 feet tall. Let's see, did it work?"
All right. You will notice the priestess standing here. She's going to utter some magical words and incantation, and you will feel this same thing that those of you that were with the gentleman when he struck the anvil and you felt that same kind of effect apply to you. You can choose to fail this. If you are trying to resist it, go ahead and give me a charisma saving throw. All right, not seeing any saving throws there. I will assume you have all agreed to fail. All right, Caliban fails anyway.
Sorry, yeah, I misunderstood that. I'm glad I failed. Yay.
No worries. All right, so all of you are currently under the effects of a zone of truth. You can't speak a deliberate lie while within the radius. So she will say, "Repeat after me. I am fighting against the undead forces."
I'm fighting against undead forces.
I'm fighting against the undead forces.
I am fighting against the undead forces.
I, too, am fighting against the undead forces.
I am
I'm fighting
the
against
undead
undead.
forces.
I have not now nor ever have I fought for the undead forces.
I've never fought for the undead forces.
Fought for the undead forces.
I am not now, nor have I ever fought for the undead forces.
I've
Yeah.
not now or ever fought for undead.
Yeah, heck no. I've never fought for the undead forces, nor will I ever.
I've not now fought nor have ever fought for the undead forces.
Her
If I look at
eyes-
Runok, does he repeat this?
Runok's not saying anything.
Her eyes fall over all of you, and then you see her eyes touch upon you, Runok, and she nods ever so slightly. And then she says, "If provided the information of where to find this group, I will seek them out in order to aid them in fulfilling their mission and not to harm them or to fight against them." And you can just say repeat.
Yeah, okay, repeat.
Repeat.
Who,
Repeat.
who is she referring to? The group that like
One of the guerrilla groups.
Correct.
Yeah, she's sending us out to their forces.
okay, all right, repeat.
Ditto.
All right. With this complete, you will notice the zone seems to end, and then you see she puts a hand to her chin and she says, "Very curious indeed. Very, very curious."
What? What? There's nothing up. I told you there's not much going on upstairs. Is that why you're curious?
If I may ask most of you to exit the temple, I would like to speak with this one. And you see she points towards Runak.
Oh,
Let me.
I tap him on the shoulder and I go, "See, I told you, you just need to, just chin up, my brother. Just chin up."
Good luck, buddy.
I don't say anything.
We just met him not too long
It's not.
ago.
It's not what you think, guys. I didn't have a
shake my head.
choice.
All
I
right,
look
she's
back. I look back and I glare and I'm just like, tisk tisk.
all right. Once the door is closed, if you guys don't close it, one of the shield maidens will come by and close it after you guys exit. You find yourself back out in the temple grounds here, and the sounds of weapons echoing as they clash against one another. The sounds of fighting. You hear, "Oh, good strike, sister." This kind of goes on for a bit. Is there anything you guys are chatting about out in the temple?
I'm hanging out with the fighters. I'm gonna try to jump in again. I got next.
So, what was it that he wouldn't say? Is the only thing he didn't say that he's never fought with the undead before? So maybe he was an undead spy before. Is that what you guys are thinking?
That or he is undead.
Or what,
Oh, that's true.
or what gives him his powers is. I don't know. He's a
Maybe
warlock,
I
right?
should. Maybe he's a shape changer, and I should stab him with my rapier sometime just to test. What do you think?
It couldn't hurt. Just a quick little prick in the butt.
Oh, it may not be a. Yeah, well, I don't. Yeah, we'll have to reword that, but maybe.
Wait a second. I'm gonna point around to everyone and I go, every time he ran, didn't I cast Turn Undead?
Oh, I don't know,
Eh,
but maybe.
Maybe true. I don't know. Can we try to think back to recall that?
No,
Oh,
he
you're looking for a
ran.
memory
No,
check?
no, he ran at the very first time we met him, and I don't think you did undead.
I did.
But he ran right away, like initiative 1, like round 1. But it's worth a memory check. But yeah, I don't think it did. But I'm fighting. I'm trying to jump in the next battle, so I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Ooh, she's really good. How did you parry like that? That was incredible. He's just enamored.
He's always disguising himself too. Kind of like what a ghoul would do.
That would be frightening.
Maybe I should see if the new paladins have a special ability. Let me go to a website. I'll be right back.
Well, you remember when I first met him, I rubbed his face just to see if he was a ghoul with makeup on.
But he's always casting like disguise. He's always changing
Yeah,
his
but
look.
if I disguise self is defeated by a physical examination.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Then I am stumped. I don't know.
Surely, if he was a ghoul, the sisters would attack immediately, right? That rather than have a chat with him.
Well, unless he's got ulterior motives. He doesn't want to be one. He mentioned he was going to reveal his secrets to us tonight. Maybe he will.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's all cool. It's all good. We can go back in. I talked it out with her.
Okay.
Thanks for waiting out here for me. Appreciate it. I told you it's not what you think. I'm Okay, I'm just come back in. I'm not a bad guy. Okay.
You'll show me how to do that parry lunge parry afterwards, right? Right. I have to go, but I'll see you.
Come on, Caliban.
You'll hear one of them say, "I think that one's a bit horny."
Oh no.
They're on to you, man.
Can I do a religion check to see if they are what's the word I'm looking for? When you can't marry or have relationships, I want to say celibate.
Actually, celibate is you cannot marry. Chaste is what you're thinking of, is when you can't have sex. Sure. Go ahead and give me a religion check.
Just I'm gonna try to see if I can't help my my good friend out.
You will definitely know that answer, and I will look that up. And I'm assuming that's not listed in the handbook, but I will double check that and let you know.
Adam, I'm going to go ahead and use a channel divinity.
Did anyone grab Grim? Where's Grim?
Fighting. Where'd you guys go?
We're back inside.
I'll be back. I'll be back.
Okay, so you're channel divining to do what?
I'm using the last one, Divine Sense. It's now under channel divinity. It's not like it used to be. So I'm trying to detect celestials, fiends, and undead.
Okay. All right, so as you return, you'll notice the priestess looks you up and down, and you see she motions with her hand. You notice one of the battle maidens heads back and closes the door once again, and then returns to where she was at. The priestess will, looking across to all of you, she will say, "The group that you are looking for are known as the Spear Maidens of Hope. They use a snowdrop as their symbol. They were inspired by Sister Adeline's bravery, and they wander Krakovar and battle the undead whenever they can. If anyone knows the fate of the Holy Robes, it would be them. I can tell you where you may find them, though they may not be there always. You may have to spend some time there, but they typically visit there soon. You will have to move quickly, but I can tell you where to go."
We have to go
All
back
right.
to Krakovar?
You do, if you wish to find them.
I do.
We do.
For note taking purposes, you said Spear Maidens of Hope, and what was their symbol?
The snowdrop.
Got it. Thank you.
All right. You will notice that she smooths down a copy of the map that looks awfully similar to the map that you've been referencing. And then she will say, "I'm afraid that your journey is a long one, but you will need to travel to Jarosberg, which is here. Jarosberg is a ruins of a city, but that is where you may find the Spear Maidens of Hope. They will be there at the anniversary of Sister Adeline's death, which is just a few weeks away. It is sure to draw at least a few of them."
I'm sure they'll be surprised to see us.
Do you know a quick way to get there?
Any letter from you to validate what you've just learned from us that they could trust us?
You see, she kind of eyes you once again. "I believe that your intentions are true in that you're not working for the undead, but I will leave it up to the Spear Maidens to decide if they trust you or not. We must each use our own judgment. I can't say that I know you well, only that I think that your intentions are true. I don't know if you're skilled, if you're smart enough to actually pull any of this off, so I don't want to put any faith in you that doesn't belong. But they are good people of good character and good judgment. Prove yourselves to them, and you will have good allies in them. as far as your question, little one, the best way to get there, well, it's really up to you. You could take the road. Probably the two most likely paths would be to take the Morgau Road down here to the city of Wallenberg, and then make your way overland to Warsaw before then traveling down to Jarlsberg. That's probably the easiest way as far as traveling is concerned, right out in the open. If you wish to instead travel off the beaten path so you don't encounter as many patrols and that sort of thing, I would recommend making your way through the Siarka swamp and find yourself to some of the villages along the river. There you might be able to hire a boat that would take you down to Warsaw, and then from there walk to Jarlsberg.
So, milady, when you said that you felt that we were all honorable and have good intentions, when you said all, did you mean all, or some all?
Based on my discussions with you, I think all of your intentions are true. How honorable you are, I can't really say. I think you are who you say you are, and I think what you have told me is true. I don't doubt any of your intentions, but again, as I said, I don't know any of you well. I certainly am not going to risk any of my people for your cause.
I understand, and I'm learning more about our people as well. Thank you.
She nods. Are you familiar at all with either Wallenberg or Warsaw?
No.
Never been there.
She nods.
Just a
Well,
little bit.
I can give you a brief information of both locations. Wallenberg is known as the City of Pines. It is currently ruled by Count Warren, who is a sadistic vampire lord who enjoys hunting peasants in the nearby forest for sport. The city of Warsaw is much larger. Back when the land was still Krakowa, it was famed for its fine horses. Now, a huge blood cathedral to Morena is under construction on the site of the World Tree Temple to Wotan. It was razed to the ground by the Dericule when Krakowa fell.
The Blood Queen, we know about that. Remember Minerva? That we have, yeah.
I wonder if that's where the wedding might be happening.
Sounds like we'll need to prepare ourselves to potentially fight vampires.
We'll need supplies on the road as well. I'm assuming the city is well stocked. I realize you're at war, but are we able to get supplies before we head out?
Jost is well supplied with whatever provisions that you might need for a travel, yes.
So, in case we get attacked by vampires, do you know what is best to be used against them?
Vampires themselves, unless you are quite powerful, you are going to be out of luck. If you have certain magic items, that might be beneficial, though they are quite rare, so I doubt that you have them. Certain magical abilities, or any of you powerful priests?
I am.
Then see to your faith. It may cause them to flee as possible. If you have radiant damage that you can deal to them, that's beneficial. And of course, I'm sure you have heard of some of the legends of what their weaknesses are. For example, unable to cross running water. You might be able to take that and use that to your benefit. Unable to enter somebody else's home without an invitation. These types of restrictions apply to the vampires in their unholy ways.
Good to know. Good to know. Thank you for that information. Hopefully, we don't run across any, but you just never know. This is a dangerous world we live in.
If we go to Warsaw or even Wallenberg, we'll encounter some.
Can High Priestess, I'm sorry, I don't think we ever got your name or title.
You never asked.
Well, I am Archgale of Ravo, and you are?
I am Jagoda Mazarik. I am the archpriestess here in the Temple of Sif.
Okay, can you spell that?
I can't. Yeah, I'll go ahead and paste it in chat for you.
Thank you. Uh, Jagoda, if I may ask you a question that might seem a bit bizarre. Um, does this little tale or this what I'm about to say make any sense to you? And I'm going to say, when the day comes that the dead rise, two enemies shall mark the end of peace and broken friendship.
Does it mean anything to me? It sounds like 10 copper prophecy that you could find from any card reader or bone thrower in the city.
What do you know about the blood wedding then? Or red wedding? The wedding.
I don't know what you're referring to.
I believe it was the red wedding. It's part of the
Um,
prophecy.
Let me flip through my notes here. I'll take out a small book and start flipping through it.
And while you do that, I'll say, so who's better, Sif or Rava?
You see, she looks at you and says, for the simplistic, either would be fine. Sif clearly is greater in the fight against the undead, or more dedicated.
So do you have open membership enrollment? This place seems pretty cool.
We generally keep our membership to females, though we make exceptions for very capable males.
Wow.
He's very capable. I've seen him do wonderful things in killing ghouls.
Oh, thanks, buddy. Yeah, is there a pamphlet I can read about it? Or I can ask Archie about it, about what Sif is about and all of that. I don't know. I'm just new to this religiosity thing.
If you wish to learn more about our ways, you would have to stay here and spend time in contemplation and training.
I don't think we
Oh,
have
I would
time
love
for
that.
if we're gonna meet these knights.
Sif is known as the Sword Maiden, goddess of family and marriage, mistress of Valkyries, wife to Thor, patron of women warriors and archers, and patron of Huldremos. She is known to sponsor beer, hunting, and speed, and her favored weapon is the bow.
Well, it's more like a girl place. So maybe, is there a guy place that has fights like this?
You see,
No
she gives a
offense,
slight
right?
smile and she says, perhaps the worship of Thor would be more up your speed.
All right, thanks. And I give her like finger guns.
Quick question: the snowdrop, is that something that we would all be familiar with? Like, is that common from around where we are, or would we need to?
Knowing what a
ask?
snowdrop is, or you mean the symbol as it relates to the shield maidens?
I guess both, right? Because isn't it a flower?
I didn't think so. I will double check. I assumed it was just a snowdrop, a symbol. But yeah, go ahead and throw a religion check there.
I
We'll
actually
see.
have what it is. Her symbol is a snowdrop, a flower that blooms even in the frost and snow.
There
So
you
it's
go.
a flower?
So yes, I would say that Zach would know that information. So apparently it's a flower. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And I was just asking so that I could try to recreate it with some of my magic spells, but if I know what it looks like, I could do so, I think.
And a quick double check there on the previous religion check, Archgale, followers of Sif can be married.
Oh, okay. Well, then I will relay that information to Caliban and say, hey, you might have a chance here. They can get married, so it's not one of kind of those religions.
Oh, and I can train. I could learn. Yeah, I bet you I could be a great help to them.
I'm sure you could learn quite a bit, but maybe we should focus on killing ghouls and undead first.
I suppose. Yeah, but maybe I'll find my way back here.
I'm gonna ask the Jagoda about the story of Adeline. Um, So the robe itself, we know that the robe is blue, but in one story, it's talked about how only a piece of cloth was found or taken. Is the rest of the robe somewhere?
I have heard these tales myself. I must say, I don't know. I have never seen them. I've simply heard that they are kept, or at least the remnants of them are kept. How much of that is true, I don't know. But the Shield Maidens of Hope would know.
Okay. And no clue about the dark wedding.
That term does not mean anything to me. I have not heard that.
Well, it was from Rava, right, Archie? Like it was part of this prophecy that brought us here was to stop this wedding.
Yeah.
Do you know who this wedding is between?
I don't know. What does it say exactly? It said something about use the robes to stop the dark red. I don't know, a wedding. I
I'm
might have written
afraid
it
I
down
don't
exactly.
I'm afraid I don't know what that means exactly. If I learn anything of this, or if I receive any sort of divine insight, I'd be happy to share it with you.
Thank you.
So here's what it said exactly. Find the holy rose of Adeline to stop the dark wedding, then defeat the leader of the Ghoul Rising. There.
That doesn't.
No?
No, I don't think that adds any. I don't know. Does it? Does that probably doesn't add anything to help?
Does that mean the Pale Emperor?
Pale Emperor.
Yeah, Emperor Nicephorus.
Are you reading the notes from the Temple of Minerva or whatever we were in? We found those notes too. I was reading those a
I'm not
few
reading
minutes
any
ago.
notes. You said the. What was the last part you said?
To defeat the dark. Wait, I said, uh, Holy Rose of Adeline to stop the wedding and defeat the leader of the Ghoul Rising.
Uh, uh, have, and Runak looks over to the Sith priestess and is like, Have you heard of the Pale Nicephorus?
Yes, of course. He's the emperor of the Derricule Empire.
That means you guys are supposed to go up against him?
No, yeah, that's the end game. Yep, pretty much it.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, not like now, but later.
Hmm. Well, I think we got everything. I could maybe ask about some of more about Adeline, but do you know anything about a Lucas Shroudson or Radomir Marrowblight?
I have heard the name Radomir Marrowblight before. I don't know the other name that you mentioned.
He's a spy master of Radomir.
I see. No, I have not heard his name. But yes, Radomir is somebody I would not. Well, if I had him anywhere around here, I would certainly destroy him. But I would not want him against me if I didn't know where he was.
Is he a vampire? All I know is that he's a high priest of Vardasin.
He is a Derrickule.
It's like one of those super ghouls.
Suppose you could say that.
Alright, well, should we stock up for our journey?
I think so.
How long should it take us to get there?
No.
Well, it depends on which path you take. If you were to take the road down to Wallenberg and then over to Warsaw and then down, that's about a 450-mile journey.
Do you know anyone in town who may be friendly to our cause and give us better prices?
Give you better prices on goods?
Yes.
I can't say anybody offhand. You will find that commerce is flowing quite well in Jost. So typical prices, there's not a shortage of anything. The Reaver dwarves from the north, of course, have laid claim to this area you may be aware of, and they have brought security with them, at least for now.
I just can't wait till airplanes are created, but that's for another day.
Well, we could go through the swamps, get a boat at one of the villages, and we could boat down to the other fancy name place, and then that should be a little faster.
Maybe the quickest path, yes.
Yeah, I vote the swamps.
Are humans common in any of these cities?
Jagoda will nod. She will say, indeed, while the vampires, of course, are in leadership positions, most of the run-of-the-mill folks are humans, and they are pushed to their limits. You will find that they have been treated very badly. Many of them are sacrificed on the altars to Morena. Some you will find in gibbets. Some you will find simply killed for other horrific reasons, but there are still many people who have not been able to escape Krakovar.
I would imagine the 7 of us would look pretty, would stand out pretty, obviously in these towns.
You might be surprised. If you keep to yourself and you don't draw undue attention, you may be able to travel without too much worry.
Yeah, what would travel look like then? Do we need papers? Do
No?
we just need to say the right things to the right ghouls? Like we're not lunch?
So, Krakovar is now part of the Blood Kingdom, so it is ruled over by the vampires of Morgau. The ghouls, if they are around, are not really seen. Once they helped the vampires take over Krakovar, they return to their subterranean tunnels. If you see any ghouls while you're in Krakovar, it would be some kind of special mission or perhaps ambassadors from the Empire of the Ghouls to the Blood Kingdom, but you won't see many of them, I doubt. Mostly what you will see as far as enemy forces would be the vampire rulers, perhaps cultists of the cult of Morena, the guards that are humans but are in the service of the Blood Kingdom. It's a very unfortunate place to be, but not as horrific as some think. The people are pressed very badly, of course, but it is not as though they are all simply killed on sight. The vampires use the populace, of course, to survive.
Maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to take the roads even then.
Well, I like the adventures of the swamps idea just slightly. It's less, it doesn't sound as nice. My boots will get wet, and I'm kind of short. I may fall into the swamp.
Well, thank you, Jagoda.
She inclines her head towards you. You are welcome. I wish you good luck on your journey, for you will need it.
Thank you.
All right, so rough estimations here, guys. You've got about 22 days to get to the location to make the anniversary of Adelin's passing. So if you go over the road, you're looking at just shy of 19 days, assuming nothing holds you back. That gives you only a few days to spare. You could go swamp-wise. Of course, that's going to take you a little bit longer. Once you were to get a boat, assuming you can get a boat, that would speed things up. But yeah, what are we thinking, team? What's the path we want to take to get there?
Well, the fastest. That's what I vote.
Yeah, same. The road.
All
Yeah, I
right.
think we have to go the fastest, right?
Yeah, and I guess we don't even know if there's gonna be a boat, so the road
Yeah.
will kind of guarantee the path there, right?
I think the boat has. I mean, excuse me. I think the boat idea sounds good, but too many question marks.
All right, fair enough. So then the plan is to go overland. So you guys will be taking the Morgau Road south to Wallenberg, that over to Warsaw, and then the road from there down to Jarosberg. So that should take you a little under 19 days. You said you guys wanted to get provisions here in Jost. You can certainly find the things that you need. Feel free to purchase anything out of the PHB for the standard PHB price. If you're looking for anything special, let me know. They have a few odds and ends here, but unfortunately not like a magic shop, so you're not going to find any. You might find some potions and things like that if you look around carefully, but you're not going to find like magic weapons or that sort of thing on sale.
Plate armor.
You could find plate armor here if you've got the coin to afford it.
And do we even have enough as a group, or like?
What do we have in the group test?
So that's, I think. Well, I don't know. Stop working again. Weird. Maybe I just have a different button. But I have 829 gold on me, and then I don't think I have any other items that are particularly valuable.
Oh yeah, it's not working. Let me check my sheet.
Runok has 0 money because he gave it all to that shadow dragon.
Yeah, and I'm totally willing to, like, the money that's on me, I assume is like the whole group's money. So
I think we're gonna need some food too. Like there are some restocking places, but we're gonna need a ton of rations because there's gonna be some long gaps there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Adam,
so-
as far as
Sorry, just real quick. Every now and again, it looks like the sandbox is crashing, so I just reset it, and then I post the macro, and that worked. If somebody else wants to try it and make sure it works for them, so I can just rule out it's not like a... Okay, so it looks like it's not working. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I didn't give you guys access to those ones. So let me go ahead and do that, but yeah, that should solve it. Feel free to ask that question you had, Zach. I'll go ahead and give access, and then that should resolve it.
Yeah, I was curious if we could get like some kind of a sheet for the bag of holding, because I'd want to like put specific items in there, but I don't know how to like account for that on my character sheet.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. Okay, those should be resolved if you guys do the coins thing again. Now it should post. Yeah, let's go ahead and get you a bag of holding character sheet.
I could always try to go gamble. I'm really good with a 3-dragon ante.
I'm gonna take 10 gold just to get supplies, rations, and stuff.
Does anyone have a little bit of coin for me to buy some rations?
Well,
Do
first
you-
you gotta tell us what your deal is.
Okay. All right. Everybody, come over here. Come to this little alcove here. I need to tell you something. My name is Runok. That is true. But the reason I've been running in those fights wasn't because of the other ghouls. It was because of Archigale.
Ugh.
Specifically,
Now, please hear me out before you do anything. I am not alive anymore, really.
So you're
I
dead.
am one of those super ghouls you were talking about.
A Dracova?
And Runak will drop his disguised self, and it really just looks like him, but his skin is all like almost like translucent and ghoulish looking, and his eyes are just almost like pure black. They just have little points of light here and there in them. But
Okay, put it back. Put it
yes,
back. Put it back.
yes.
Put it
Oh,
back.
look, he does like really quickly. I'm sorry to misled you, but um, I am looking for powerful allies in my fight against the Empire of the Ghouls.
Why aren't they your kind?
You, they may be my kind now, but they are um, doing horrible things they do not need to do. And there is a movement within the Empire to stop them. Um,
Why are you separated from them?
I was just told to go and find powerful allies against the ghouls and against the vampires. Well, we need to do something about them. But it sounds like you are tasked by the gods to rid us of that evil emperor.
What did the lady ask you when you were in private?
Just that she has heard of my order and she knows of our intents and she knows that I am willing to help and willing to lay down my life as it stands to to rid the world that we live in of this evil empire.
I can't believe we're listening to any of this. Do you hear
And
what's
it's
coming out of his mouth? He's one of them.
I should smack him right now.
Smack? We should destroy him.
no. You have to understand the threat, how big of a fight you are taking on. You will need me and my help.
Ah, this
We want the same things.
I don't know if we can turn down any help at this point. He has been fighting with us.
Archgale, if we are to keep Ronak, are you able to tone it down where it doesn't, when you call upon your god to chase out the undead, are you able to make it so that he isn't affected?
You'll see Archgale, and probably one of the few times he's ever been angry, upset, and frustrated, rub his temples. Yes, I can, actually, but this is madness. All
It's
of you have gone
ridiculous.
mad.
It's ridiculous. You're right. I'm with Archie on this one.
Hey, but if you can, that means there's a choice. Your God knows. Some of us are not bad. We were made this way.
It would be funny if he starts going after the chicken wing at the dinner table and we want it. Archgale can just cast that thing and have him run away. I mean, that's kind of fun.
I could do it right now. We would never see him again. Do you know how many of my friends have died? At the hands of you, your kind?
The same can be said of me.
Well, I don't like it. I'm not going to talk to you anymore.
There, now you pissed off Archie.
I cannot help what I have become,
Okay,
but I
How
can
can you-
stop others from suffering by fate.
Hey,
how can you
Adam,
help us? You said you could help us, but how do you think you could really help us? Do you know stuff or something?
I know things.
yeah, who do you worship where you get your magic from?
Wait, what? How can you help us? Do you know a better way to get through villages? Can you get us there quicker?
Well, I know things of the Empire. In fact, that one you fought back there, that was an Imperial ghoul. An Imperial Darakul. And that means that they have a mission out here.
Caliban, I see you put your hand down, but it was up. Was there something you wanted to add?
No, I'm fine. Thanks.
Okay, so you have intel on the adversary. Well, right now we just need to get to that place. Do you know the safest route to get there?
I don't know more than what the priestess has told us, but the fact that I am one of them is advantageous in ways. I can be among them. I can prove to them. And if we need to do something like that, I can do that. I can act like them if I need to. But I prefer not to. I like you all. I want to be help you.
Is this like a thing where if you hang out with other ghouls, then you're gonna revert back to your old self? You know, like a fiend who's on the wagon and then gets off the wagon.
No, no, no. But I do need to eat some raw meat every day. I'll just let you know I'm going to be heading to the butcher to get some meat to eat. So, besides that, I'll just be a normal companion for you all. But I might meet other members of my order, perhaps, or get some intel that way as well. I have access to things like that. But if you are truly going to fight the Emperor, I will do whatever I can to help you.
Hey, Adam, is in this world here, is this something that makes sense to us, or is this like so, not something that we would have heard of before?
Can you be more specific about what you mean?
Yeah, I mean, there's so much undead in this world here, from Kobold Press and everything. I just mean, with the empires, have we heard of ghouls and different creatures that are maybe on the good side?
Give me a history check. You haven't.
Archie, come here. Look, I mean, you gotta think about this. I mean, is it possible that his story's true? Have you heard about this kind of stuff? Like ghouls becoming somehow at least neutral good?
I don't know.
Hey, this guy said something about being able to read minds. You could do that and see if I'm telling the truth. I have nothing to hide in there. I just didn't want her to see into it because I don't know her.
We also have different backgrounds, right? Look at me. I'm Hellspawn, and yet I fight beyond what I am to show people, and Grim, people make assumptions based on how he looks, and Glory.
What kind of assumptions?
It's never occurred to Grim before.
You bring up a
I don't even know what glory is, but he overcomes it and shows what he is. Same with Zach. We all have questionable origins, but if Runok really wants to do well, why don't we accept him in?
Darn it, you bring up a good point. A lot of people think that all of us gnomes are worshiping fiends, but this isn't a PBS, radio thing or some sort of cartoon. This is real stuff.
Exactly.
Well, I suppose then we will continue on, but I'm still not talking to him. I don't trust him. The second I see anything, I'll be the one to strike him down.
Well, now that you all know, I may do a thing where I bite someone really hard. Is that okay?
No, just don't bite me.
Yeah, who are you talking about specifically? Yeah.
Oh, if we're fighting again.
Oh.
Oh wait,
Um,
if you bite somebody hard, I have something that's very good for that. With his help.
Oh yes, one of the side effects is that I have a jaws that can pierce skin and crush bones.
Can you make use of this? And I'll show him that scroll of necromantic pact that we found a long time ago.
yeah, the one you guys tried giving the paladin. Yeah.
Yep.
Let me read up on this. This is cool. And yeah, he will definitely learn that spell and do all that stuff. He can.
As long as you don't eat me with it, I'm fine with it.
All right, so it sounds like, Zach, you're giving the Scroll of Necromantic Pact over to Runok there. Runok, that is, requires attunement, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, once you're attuned, you have access to the cantrip, and you can feel free to build that in.
Sweet.
Alright, I'm gonna remove it from my character sheet. I've been carrying it around for a while.
Is that one I can just like drag over?
I don't know. It won't be because that's a Kobold Press cantrip, and it won't be in the SRD.
Okay.
That's really big of you, Archie. It's still a step in the right direction. We keep an eye on him, but I mean, he's a spy of the bad guys. You know, he's a part of the story, at least. And it's better to have him with us than stabbing us in the back.
Yeah,
I would never.
Whatever.
All right, guys. So just quick FYI, Noah and I spoke about this as an option and seeing if this is something that would work well. I thought this was an interesting twist into the campaign, but it is obviously under the understanding that the group agrees to continue traveling with Runok. So if for some reason that doesn't work out, we already have a contingency plan there. But yeah, I just want to make sure everything's on the up and up. While those turn undeads were happening, Runok was making saving throws to me, so that was directly to me. He never passed a single one, so that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
But and any other checks, like I know somebody, so I did do a little fib when somebody said, wait a minute, he's a halfling, he should have lucky. Well, he's a Derricule halfling, so he doesn't have lucky. When I was like, yeah, that's built in, I was totally lying there to try to give him some cover. But just so you know, this was not like to pull the wool over anybody's eyes, just to add a little bit more fun to the game and add a different twist. So hopefully it works out and everybody enjoys it, but we will play it by ear.
Hey, all good. I mean, Noah always adds flavor to all of his characters, so that's cool.
Yeah, but I definitely understand if like it makes no sense for your character to even participate with me or something like that. That's fine. I could just do another character, but
Well,
Nope.
I would ask your alignment. Like if I don't, and I think we all agree with this with the rule with beginning. I don't like playing with PCs who are evil aligned. I'm sure you're not, right?
You know what's funny? No. I don't think 2024 even uses alignment.
Oh,
No, they
that's
don't.
right.
Yeah, they don't.
Oh, okay.
yeah, I'm not. I'm not gonna like. I'm not a sleeper. I'm not gonna do anything to like betray the party.
All I would say is if you put a BG3 on me and I wake up in the middle of a sight or something, and you're like trying to bite me, I will stab you. You know?
I think the entire party would turn on you very quickly if that
Oh,
happens.
You're crazy. I'm going with
Understandable.
I'm going with the romance option. You guys are crazy.
Oh, jeez.
Well, he is disguise self, so hey, that's a lot of options, right?
This is like emperor level stuff right there.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the fact that we haven't been murdered in our sleep yet, and he's like telling us now, is like, all right, well, screw it.
Yes, just for clarification, I like this. I really like this. Archgale might be mildly cold towards you, but it's not going to affect gameplay in any way. He's still going to heal you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or I just have to not be 30 feet. Actually, when you turn undead, like I always was.
I was kind of shocked
Just gotta
nobody
ask
put it
the-
together earlier than this, to be honest, because that was like 3 times in a row he fled after a turn of death, and I was like, they're gonna piece this together really soon. I think the last time, Archie, you were like, we know what you are, and I was like, wait a minute, does he actually know? So yeah, it was interesting seeing you guys dig through it.
And then,
Yeah,
and then he didn't run with the bug, so I'm like, that was interesting.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
I
assumed it
thought he
some
was
kind of
just
curse, but yeah.
yeah, I thought he was just afraid of undead, you know, kind of thing. And once in a while, he would just kind of play his character. But you know, I would say as far as Barnaby goes, you I think it was Zach that brought up, you know, a lot of the gnomes in this world are, you know, following a fiend. So Barnaby's like, well, yeah, I guess I got to get it right.
And Archie, you did put it together. You mentioned it today. Yeah, that's good.
So yeah, mainly just wanted to
Yeah.
clear the air there and like make sure everybody's on the same page and understands no one's like, oh, this doesn't feel like this was fair. Obviously, if you have any issues, let me know. But should anybody else's character fall and you're like, oh, I want to try something a little bit different, there are other options for races now that we're a little bit further into the campaign. So just let me know. I'm hoping nobody else dies, of course, fingers crossed. But you know, dangerous campaign, so it could happen.
All good, all good.
I'm good with it.
All right, guys, so you're in Jost. I know you guys said you wanted to get some provisions, so feel free to purchase anything PHB prices. As I mentioned, if there's anything special that you're looking for, you know, like spyglass or some poison or something that's not exactly easy to come across, let me know. You know, potions of healing you could probably find here at normal price. I would say a limit of like 10 altogether would you be able to purchase before stock would kind of run out here in the various various shops, I should say. But yeah, if there's anything special you're looking for, let me know. Otherwise, like I say, feel free to purchase things from the PHP.
And I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say Barnaby will give our, I would say halfling friend, but our ghoul friend 20 gold pieces for you to buy provisions on your own.
Thank you so much. I'm going to buy some meat with this so that I don't get hungry.
Don't tell me what you're gonna buy. Just do it. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it can be from an animal. It's fine. And
So I've got,
he whistles and skips away with the gold.
There's 43 rations right now in the bag of holding as a group, and so if it takes us like 18 days, let's just say 20 days in case something goes wrong, it's 140 rations that we need to be able to get there without any other supplies. So we need to buy like 100 more, unless people have some on.
No,
On the yard.
I just bought 20 so I have 22 on me. So I'm good.
Yeah, I just bought a bunch too.
And I have a question actually about the bag of holding because this might affect rations. Are we going with the idea that the bag of holding is limitless or that there is a volume limit to it, even though it can just actually hold more than it looks?
It has a limit, so the bag can hold up to 500 pounds, not exceeding a volume of 64 cubic feet. I'm not too worried about the cubic feet thing unless you're like, hey, we try to stick a grand piano in there. But yeah, basically assume that your limit in the bag is 500 pounds.
Okay. So that's, what, 500 rations? Oh yeah, we could totally fit 100 or some odd in there.
Yeah, we're at 106 pounds total in there right now with
Alright, cool.
43 rations in a tent.
And
That's
again, I
awesome.
think the key part here is just keep in mind that if you're trying to take something out of the bag, it does require an action. So my assumption is the bag is on Zach at all times. If there's something on the sheet, like a weapon or a shield, something like that, and you're like, oh, I'm just going to pull that out of the bag, keep in mind that requires an action.
Yep, that's why for now I was just kind of limiting it to things that are like travel supplies more than anything that might be potentially useful in combat.
Yep, that makes sense.
I'll give you my tent. The bag hold.
All right, done.
And then add mine in there too, please.
Should I pick up one of those things?
Three
We got
tents
enough.
in there.
3 divided by how many of us? 1, 2, 3, 4,
7.
5, 7. Well, I think maybe we pick up one more and we can all be good.
Well, with a couple, you always have one person guarding, and you have a couple of us that are pretty. Well, we have a couple. At least one person's pretty large. So, I mean, I think 3's fine, but that's
Calvin
up to you
has his
guys.
tent too. He's been carrying, so
Oh, so do we have
Okay,
4 tents as a party then? Because we can add them all into the bag of holding if people want to remove them for their character sheet.
yeah, if you
What
could
I-
add mine, that'd be good. Thank you.
Yeah, cool. Thanks. And I'm gonna add 7 cultist masks and 1 cultist robe.
Got it.
Thank you.
I guess I put in 16, so maybe I'll get. Well, we got to think about the trip back as well, don't we?
Well, there's different towns on the
Yeah,
way
potentially.
too, so
I guess that's true, but I don't know how much they're gonna have. Because I get the sense that those people probably can't even get food for themselves.
well, if our druid didn't die, right?
I'll pick up an extra 20 then in that case for myself.
I mean, I could like, it doesn't cost that much. I have a ton of gold. I could buy 100 rations for 50 gold if we're concerned at all.
I think that's a good idea, actually.
All right, done.
All right, so we leave tonight, right?
Sounds good.
All right, as you
Love it.
guys are making your way around Jost, doing your shopping, stopping at various places and purchasing, you will notice that you run into Ivo, the scout in employ of the Archduke. He will be glad to see you all and give you a friendly hello and kind of brief chatter, that sort of thing. And then he will say to Archgale, he will say, the Archduke would like for you to attend to him dinner tonight at the inn that he's staying at. He'd like to offer you that dinner. He really appreciates all of your efforts and the uncommon porpoise. Do you know where it is?
No, I don't. Can you point it out to me on this map?
I sure can, and you'll see he points it out to you. It's here on the east side of town. It's closer to the Fish Gate, so I'm going to go ahead and reveal to the Fish Gate. It's one of the buildings just off of the Fish Gate. And he'll point it out to you and say he would like to see you there this evening.
Okay, wonderful.
I guess we leave in the morning because Archie's got a date.
Well, aren't we all going? We're all invited, aren't we?
No, just you. I'm not going to go to that hoity-toity place.
Yeah, but you get some hoity-toity food.
I think it's just you, bud.
I'll ask the scout. Does this invite include everyone?
Yeah, you see he looks a little bit uncomfortable. Well, the Archduke asked for you by name.
Oh,
Good luck, bud.
well,
Probably because you did something good for him or something, and he doesn't respect. I mean, and yeah, whatever. I'm good. I just need some gnome fruit somewhere. I'm good.
I'll pat the scout on the shoulder and graciously go, well, thank you. I'm honored, truly. The Archduke and all. Wow, what a leader. But we have to leave immediately. We are going to go complete our mission.
No, buddy. Go. You should go. You should go.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe you can get us a plate armor. You know, some gift for the road.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll go.
And there's nothing wrong. I mean, I think if you don't go, then maybe he'll feel disrespected if we need something in the future, right? So I think it's best you go and become our liaison.
Okay, all right, I'll go.
All right. Is there anything else anybody's doing during the day here?
Is there any sort of place that I might have a contact or anything like that
Gonna be
in this
pretty
city?
gonna be pretty rare here. Go ahead and throw me just a d20. I'm gonna say only a 1 or 2. You're unable to find any contacts that you're looking for here in Jost.
All right, so buy meat from the butcher.
All right. Okay, well, since we're about halfway through here, folks, let's go ahead and pause, take our 15-minute break, and we will come back on the other side. All right, welcome back, everybody. We're in the second half of our session here. Let's get you guys back over to Jost. All right, so I know you guys have done your shopping. I think everybody's all set, but I want to just give one last opportunity. Was there anything else that anybody wanted to purchase or look for that they had not discussed already?
Yeah, I wanted to see if I could find like an apothecary that could potentially do something with that basilisk guy that I took earlier. Like I think ideally I'd like something that can kind of remove petrification. But if not, if there's anything else they could potentially do with that.
With the basilisk eye. Okay, sure. Go ahead and throw me a persuasion check, Zach. This will represent your efforts of chatting around town, finding the appropriate person. And if you find them, seeing if there's anything you can agree upon. Okay, so you're able to find somebody who is smart enough about the basilisk that you're kind of speaking with them and, chatting with them about, what could this be? Is there any value to this? They will tell you that the eye, unfortunately, is not what you need to create something like that. They instead say that had you recovered the basilisk's liver, they could have used that to make something that would remove petrification.
Well, good to know, I guess. Is there any value in this thing?
They will tell you no.
Well, you can have it then. I'll just give it to them.
You see, they'll take it as like a curiosity, if nothing else, and they'll, kind of, oh, thanks. Yeah, I'll see if anybody's interested in this.
All right, that's all I got.
All right, folks, anybody else have anything they want to search for or look up? All right, hearing nothing. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Runak.
Well, I guess I would. Is there a library or anything like that around here? I would encourage someone who's smarter than Runok to search for the Dark Wedding, maybe. See if there's some somewhat to that, but Runok can look for it.
I will save you some time. If you search for that, that's such a vague description that you're not going to find anything that gives you any kind of reassurance that you found anything interesting.
Fair enough. All right.
All right, so moving forward then, since Archkill, you're the only one that was invited to dine with the Archduke, I'm going to kind of quickly move through that and just kind of do like a summary version of how this goes. So you depart from your companions, make your way over to the Uncommon Porpoise, where you find that the inn is actually kind of run down. It looks like it's definitely seen better days. The Archduke and his entourage is there. He's very happy to see you. You're in a private room where the attendants of the inn there get your food. The Archduke covers everything, so whatever you like to eat. There's a lot of fish on offer here. There's also, cuts of meat, vegetables, all those kind of thing. You get offered many different courses. Some of it is like vegetable courses. You get like roasted sausage, shallots, roasted deer, barley biscuits. For drink, there's beer on offer, as well as mead and tankards of almond milk. There's a variety of different kind of foodstuffs that are brought here, boiled eggs, soft cheeses. So you have a couple of different courses the whole time. The Archduke essentially in good spirits, and he's just happily recounting happier times in the past. Once the food has been eaten and the drinks have been drunk, the rest of his entourage, the guardsmen and the scout, take their leave. And the Archduke now, when he's speaking just with you, he will say he wants to give you a great honor. He would like you to kneel, and he would like to name you a Knight of Krakova.
Oh, most certainly. So I will follow his instructions.
All right, you kneel. He will draw his rapier, place it on either side of your head, shoulder to shoulder, where he essentially recites this oath, which basically amounts to be a person of good spirit, to always help and assist a citizen of Krakova in their moment of need, and to be a true-hearted person and stalwart in the face of evil.
Of course, I will. I assume when taking an oath, you repeat all of that, so I will repeat as if I'm taking that oath.
Yep. So basically, he says, like, I charge you to do this. I charge you to do this, and you say, I do. I do. That's essentially how this goes. Once this is done, he will say, "Rise, Sir Archgale. You are now a knight of Krakova." And he will sort of smile for a moment, and then he will say, "There is another thing that I would like to offer to you. Once all of this war is over, once your mission is over, and we have thrown off the undead shackles of Krakova and restored the land to the rightful rulers, I would like you to be my ambassador to Zobek. You are a priest of Rava. That would work perfectly. They would see you very well, and I'm sure you would give me good counsel. Do you accept?"
Yes, I accept.
"Wonderful, wonderful. I knew I could count on you, Archgale. Then, I know you have many important things to do, but there is one gift I would like to give you to recognize your new position as a knight of the kingdom." And you'll see he kind of searches through his bags here at his side, and, oh, not this one, not here, not here. Ah, here it is. And you see he draws out a vial. When he pulls this crystal vial up, you can see it contains water. It looks like a simple crystal vial with water in it. And you see he will hand it over to you with reverence.
I will take it carefully and ask him, what is it?
"Oh, this, my boy, is a vial of sunlight. It is filled with water from a spring high in the Cloudwall Mountains and has been blessed by priestesses of Lada. When you are focused on this and you are attuned to it, you can actually cause the vial to emit bright light. This is pure sunlight, and it will damage badly those undead that are weak to sun."
Oh, that's most helpful. Thank you. This is a great honor.
He hands it over to you, and you have it in your possession.
Thank you. I will add that to my inventory. Is there anything else? Is there any... I guess I'll ask him, do you have any kind of emblem that shows I am a knight of Krakova?
We could certainly sew a patch on you if you'd like, but where you're going, you might not want to show it.
How about I just take the patch and I'll sew it on when I get back?
Yes. Let me speak to Ivo. I'm sure we can get something put together for you very quickly.
Thank you. And one other thing, if I may ask, and you've been most gracious, if I may say, as a ruler, as a leader, most phenomenal. But you would be foolish to assume that my deeds alone are anything. My companions also are of the highest order, and they are also the ones who are leading this charge. I don't know if there's anything you could spare for them, but in specific, where we are going is going to be, as you know, perilous. And anything that helps us would be greatly appreciated.
I'm afraid I don't have much to offer here. As you know, this is not my land. This is, we are guests here, and I was only able to bring so much supplies and the traveling. Well, perhaps in the future, if you are still with them, maybe I could offer them some largesse.
Anything that would help. It's just been we've been on the search for plate, and it is of most importance that we get that for our survival.
Plate armor. Oh, yes, all of the great knights clad in plate armor are a sight to see for sure. Plate armor, though, is quite expensive and must be designed and fitted to the person that wears it. It's usually a process that takes over 30 days. Are you sure you have that much time to spare?
I suppose we don't, but perhaps when we get back. Well, if we come back.
I have all faith that you will return. I know you will. You are now a knight of Krakova, and go with us your faith does. If you should make it back, and I'm sure that you will, we shall see at that time if there's anything else that I can offer. But for now, I must spend my efforts and my resources that I do have trying to convince the Jarl and the Mayor to forge an alliance with the court in exile so we can truly take back Krakova.
Well, in that case, any other efforts I give, I will see to it that Krakova is free.
You see, he gives you an inclination of your head. I knew I could trust you, Sir Archgale of Krakova.
Archgale is also. I did not mean to click that. Archgale is grinning from ear to ear with such a famous title.
You gotta change your display name now.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Just don't change your
Sir
character sheet
Archgale.
name. Way too much is built on the character sheet name. But yes, display name, definitely good.
I actually don't know how to do that.
Gear cog in the top right corner. This is the first thing under personalization and display. It says display name. Just feel free to add it there.
Ah,
Alrighty, so Archgale, you will then end your dinner there with the Archduke, take your leave, and return to your companions where you guys are staying overnight in one of the local inns here in Jost. We already gave everybody an opportunity to do any shopping or anything else they would like, so I'm assuming everybody's good to fast forward to the morning when you depart.
I had one more thing I just thought about. I wasn't
Sure.
sure if it'd be available. I would like to buy a spell of comprehend languages, if that's available.
First level spell scroll. Yeah, I think you could find something like that. Throw me a persuasion check. I will say you can find one on offer for 50 gold pieces.
All right, I'll buy it.
All right, you may take possession of the scroll.
and I will, when I return back to the inn, I'll walk in with a little bit of swagger, and I'll show. Did I get my patch on the way out? I assume.
Yes, Ivo would give it to you. Yep.
I'll sit down next to Grim and show him the patch, pat him on the back, and like, look at this. I'm a knight.
A knight of who? The Sith?
Krakova.
Oh my god! Is that good?
Yeah, this is incredible.
Congratulations. Couldn't happen to a better person, Archie.
I am Sir Archgale.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
But Grim, I asked about your plate armor. It would take a month for it to be fitted to you and designed. Unfortunately, we don't have that kind of time. But the Duke said, or the Archduke said, he would be more than happy to have that arranged.
Oh, well then, that's great news. Thank you, Sir Archie.
And I'll toast you with my big green black hand and pat you on the back. Well done.
Hey, everybody, he's a knight now.
And I'll point with just the people around me, not the whole bar. Just my companions.
Nice.
Hey, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that sounds swell.
Do you get like land and stuff with that?
I was promised a job to be an ambassador.
Nice.
That sounds important.
Oh, I also got a vial of sunlight. I think that'll help us against any vampires.
Oh yeah, they definitely don't like to fight in the sun.
They do not.
I think ghouls also don't like the sun.
What about Dracula? And I look in the eyes dramatically at Roanoke.
Uh, Normally, yes, most would not like the sunlight. Not as bad as vampires, but those of us that follow the mistress are uh, granted a boon where we are not affected by that.
Oh, well, that's pretty good.
Yes, I think so. It enables me to do my mission without having to squint all the time.
All right, guys. Feel safe to assume you guys are departing now and beginning the travel along the designated path to get yourself to Yarrowsburg.
Yeah, do we get a long rest from staying the night?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I guess we may as well get started. We're never going to get there.
Well, oh, I hit the level up button. Darn it.
Unfortunately, that's premature.
That's okay. Brian's used to that.
Yes, I know.
Shots fired. All right, so you guys are planning to make your trip overland here, heading down the road and making your way to Wallenberg, then to Warsaw, then down to Yarrowsburg. So with that in mind, I'm assuming that you guys got your fill of the traveling overland, picking the skill and moving, that sort of thing. So I'm going to kind of fast forward this a little bit, but if you guys are like, no, I loved that, I will certainly slow it down for you guys. But I'm going to assume that you're okay with me fast forwarding a little bit. So we are going to kind of pass by days here. And I'm going to ask for, let's see, let's just start from the left. Barnaby, go ahead and throw me just a D20. Okay, so you guys managed to travel along the road for 3 days and 3 nights. So traveling, camping out. Those of you guys that are holding on to the rations, feel free to deduct those as appropriately. So that's 3 days of travel and then finding yourself on the path. On the 4th day, you guys are traveling. You're getting a bit farther, but unfortunately, the weather turns sour. First, you start to see raindrops accumulating and then getting heavier and heavier. Then, wouldn't you know it, you start to notice lightning crashing across the sky. The sound of thunder begins to echo from the lightning, seemingly right on top of each other.
Well, I don't like the looks of this. Oh,
maybe we
jeez.
should've- Maybe we should have prayed to Thor in the temple before we left.
Oh, that was Sif's. That's a bunch of girls.
Yeah, there was the other temple though.
Oh, dang it. God. Sir Archie, when is this rain gonna stop?
I'm not a weather. Seer, we should, maybe we could either wait it out or keep going.
Let me keep going. We're on a road.
Let's keep going. No rain never hurt anyone.
Yeah.
Lightning did though.
What are the odds of being struck by lightning? I'm a knight. I would never be struck by lightning.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Well, it's more likely to hit those you with metal, so I think I'll be alright.
Oh, shoot. What makes you say that?
I thought it was tall things, and that sort of, well, I think it kind of takes a half step away from Zach.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his armor would protect him from that.
All right, as you're traveling south along this path, it's very open field type here. You're on a road, and anywhere close to the road is mostly clear. You're traveling, the rain's just plinking down on you. You're realizing how difficult it is to see too far away from you. Like, you can't even imagine trying to shoot anything off too much of a distance. It would be really, really challenging. Throwing a hint there. But you pass this small hill where you notice sort of like an outcropping, a couple of rocks hanging on this hill. As you pass it and find yourself in these very miserable conditions, I'm going to move you guys to a different map.
All right. Well, let's look for a place to rest. To wait this out.
Probably no reason at all.
Yeah, if we can get out of the rain, it'd be great.
Can you show us which way we are walking?
Yes, you are coming from the north to the south, so you're doing this kind of deal. So basically you're traveling this way, you pass by this hill, you're kind of stomping your feet, moving forward. You're getting pretty drenched at this point, though. There's no obvious cover in sight, so unless you wanted to go, you know, far afield, left or right kind of deal. However, during this time, you hear off in the distance what sounds like sort of a howl, and then you kind of like look at each other. Something doesn't seem quite right, and it's at that point I'm going to put you guys into initiative order. Alrighty, and then I'm going to add some additional issues here.
Issues.
So the way I want to describe this is the sunlight is very much obscured by the clouds at this point. So you're having a bit of a difficult time seeing too much. Grim, I know you have 120 feet dark vision. So as you're looking to the south here, I would say close to the edge of your vision, maybe a little bit beyond your actual dark vision. So you're kind of just seeing this in, you know, slight shaded, I guess you could say. You do notice a figure, which looks to be a humanoid figure, moving slowly in your direction. So kind of ambling up the road. You can assume that they're probably 140, 150 approximately feet from you. Through the pelting, driving rain, it's really hard to make much out. But, Grim, you are the first to react. I'm going to go ahead and unlock the tokens.
Hey guys, and I get your attention, and I will equip my shield as an action. And you guys see that
There's a stark figure walking straight towards us to the south. Should we get off the road? What's this collection of rocks and stuff?
and I'll move 5, 10. What am I looking at here, Adam?
So this is like a strange outcropping. You notice like the tufts of grass here look like they've wildly grown. So instead of just kind of naturally growing, like maybe there's something was dug up here at some point or something fell and smashed here. It's hard to say, but the grass all around this hill is roughly grown. The hill itself is a protrusion of looks like hard-packed dirt, maybe kind of rocks. You're noticing small bushes down the hill. The hill itself is about 10 feet high. You'd be climbing up the bottom of it here to get to the top if you go north.
Okay, so it's the only thing that gives us an elevated position looking around.
Yes.
Okay, and I will end my turn.
All right, Zach.
All right, I'm going to run backwards. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, say 35 there, and I'll take the dodge action.
Okay. Caliban.
Caliban's just going to equip his shield, and that's his action. And then shuffle back. He has to go shoulder to shoulder with Grim here.
Get a grunting approval.
All right, before Archgale's turn, Zach, as you've stepped away here, trying to adopt this sort of defensive position, you're thinking you must be safe here. you're going to notice either side of you, creatures manifest. You are confident they were not there before. This is not like invisible creatures that somehow were sneaking or hiding. These creatures just appear.
All right, I'll try to call them out to party. I don't know if they can see them.
You
Oh my
could
God.
certainly call out if you wish. So as they appear, they look almost like canine in disposition, but obviously much stranger in appearance. You can notice as well, Zach, it almost looks as though they are floating. Okay, as they appear, the first one, so this is going to be the one to your north, is going to bite at you, and you are currently dodging, so you'll have this. This will be at disadvantage. All right, so that will be an 18 with the flank.
That would hit, but I will shield.
All right, go ahead and burn your reaction to cast shield.
Okay.
All right, after that... Okay, so the other one across from you is going to let out a terrifying howl. And I will need everybody to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Adam, as a reminder, I get advantage on that for being a gnome.
Okay.
I'm gonna burn my inspiration.
All right, hold up on any inspirations first. I just want to make
Okay.
sure I'm watching folks here. All right, I think I see all 7 rolls. So far, the only one that has passed this is Barnaby. Okay, so Archgale, now you're saying you're using inspiration. Feel free.
I'd also like to use inspiration.
All right, Glory.
And Caliban as well.
All right, yeah, feel free. All right, so Archgale, you will succeed. Grim,
Is
I
this
saw
the
you.
charm?
Sorry, hang on one sec. Grim, I saw you re-rolled. Are you?
Yes. Yeah.
So
I
you
used
all
inspiration.
okay? So we had 4 uses of inspiration. There, just wanted to double check. So Grim, you still fail. Caliban, you still fail. Glory, you still fail. Unfortunately. Okay, and then the question was, is this a charm? Let me do a quick double check. No, it is not a charm.
Okay.
All right, so now we've just got Archgale and Barnaby who have succeeded. The rest of you find that you are frightened.
Nothing new for me.
All right. So while frightened, yeah, so you are currently frightened, which is the standard condition there, which you guys can see in chat, what is posted. That is the effect, and I'm going to put a pink dot on the one that is the source of the frightened, just for approach purposes. Okay, we move to Archgale.
Okay, I am fairly certain, I'm fairly confident, I should say. So I'm going to move my full 30 feet. Well, let me double check something here. I'll move 25 feet right between these two.
You can't get that close. You cannot. Right now, you're 30 feet away from the pink dot guy. You're currently... Oh, no, I'm sorry. You're not frightened. Apologies. Go
I'm
ahead.
not frightened. And then I'm going to reach out and grab Grim and cast Protection from Good and Evil.
But those things are...
I don't know if I hope I am correct in my thought process here, but any of those types cannot or have disadvantage on attack rolls, but also the targets cannot be possessed, charmed, or frightened from them.
But you'll notice the last sentence there says, if the target is already possessed, charmed, or frightened by such a creature, the target has advantage on any new saving throw. So the frightened still applies. He would just get, when he makes a new save, if he gets one, then he would have advantage.
Okay, perfect. I'm happy with that. And then I'm going to. Well, I can't. Okay, cool. I had my turn.
All right, Barnaby.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and put on my shield. As a bonus action, I'm going to go ahead and cast a spell. And that is going to be Shield of Faith. And I'm actually just going to move, and I'll click the Shield of Faith in a second. I'll just click right there, and I'll cast my spell. So.
All right, Runok.
Okay, Runok is going to bonus action cast Hex on this one. And then he is going to shoot an Eldritch Blast at it.
Okay, that will be at disadvantage. $15 will connect.
Okay. And then another 6 from, or a D6 from the Hex. Nice. All right. So 12 points.
That hex is necrotic damage, right?
Yeah, necrotic damage.
All right, it is wounded.
All right, and then I'm not going to run back, but I'm frightened still. I'm like, oh, geez, not again. I'm going to stay here.
All right, before Glory's turn, down the road, that figure gets closer. Getting on map. And from this great distance, he is going to cast a spell. All right, I'm going to need everybody except for Barnaby and Zach to give me a wisdom saving throw. This is a charmed condition.
Okay, so I have advantage on this then.
All right, Runok, you will succeed. The rest of you guys will fail. So what you notice...
So, Protection of Evil and Good, I was reading it, says the target also can't be possessed or gain the charmed condition. So do I automatically pass this?
Hang on one sec. Yes, so you'll auto pass that, Grib.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so Archgale, Caliban, Glory, you're going to notice as all around you, as the drops of rain are falling down, smacking into you and into the ground, there's suddenly this bright flash of colors and shapes and patterns are all swirl around for just a quick instant. Those of you that failed, that were not affected, you all have the charmed condition. All right, so because charmed, let me go ahead and set this. All right, in addition to the charmed condition, you are incapacitated and your speed is 0. I'm pretty sure incapacitated means you lose concentration, so I think that's going to drop the protection from evil. Yeah, so Archie, your concentration's automatically broke as this swirling color just snaps your mind and you can't concentrate on the spell any longer. So Grim, you were protected from that because it happened after, of course, but you are no longer protected from evil. All right, that was its turn. We then move to Glory's turn. Glory, unfortunately, you're incapacitated, which means you can't take any actions, bonus actions, or reactions. Your speed is 0, so you can't move. So basically, there's nothing you can do. Your turn's going to end.
Okay.
Move to the top of
Does
the
he-
round. Grim.
But does he get any form of saves at the end of his turn on any of the 2 conditions he has?
He does not.
Oh my god. So I'm looking at Sir Archie here. He's just standing there dazed, right?
I suppose you could say that. He's just kind of like slowly bobbing from side to side.
All right. I'm going to punch him in the face.
Wake up!
All right. Go ahead and make an unarmed attack against him.
What is that? A strength thing?
I think it should automatically have it on your sheet. I think when you first build the character, it puts it on there. All right. You critically hit him. Go ahead and throw a bludgeoning crit.
Oh god.
And again, I'm assuming because you had flail and shield, right? So I'm assuming part of this was sending your, stowing your flail, and then you punched him. Okay, so
Well, I didn't draw my. I just put my shield on because I could draw my flail as an attack. Yeah, so I just had an open hand. I'm waking him up. Hopefully.
Fair enough. Yep. All right. So go ahead and post crit damage. So that's true damage, and then you can push him 15 feet in any direction you like.
All right. Good. I want to push him behind me.
All right. You push him backwards. You smash into
Right
him.
here.
You can't push him through you.
Okay. Then. Do I have to?
Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah. Push the creature up to 15 feet in any direction.
Okay. He'll be on the road.
That would be pushing him through Caliban.
Okay. Then he'll. Right there is fine.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. So after taking the 6 points of damage, you are no longer in the stupor, Archgale.
Now pay attention, Sir Archie.
You got it.
So
Wow, my
that
hand-
was an action. Then I'm going to. Move. I'm going to move there.
Okay. Zach's turn.
All right. So it looks like that creature, the one farther down, is 125 feet from me. So I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb at it.
All right, so I just wanted to clarify. You can definitely do that. I was trying to give you a little bit of a hint that here in this pouring down storm, I know you have Spell Sniper, but you're still going to have disadvantage just because of how difficult it is to see through the storm.
Yeah, I think that's fine because I have a ability with meta magic that I can re-roll it anyway, which basically would put it at advantage.
Okay,
So-
yeah, good deal.
So I'll end up doing that. So
So 14 will miss.
okay, and then so I will use spell seeking. Do you want me to roll again, or do I just use the 17? I can roll again. That's fine.
You're just going to roll again. Nice. There you go. Go ahead and roll a crit. Pick your damage type first.
Oh yeah, so it'd be thunder. I'm pretty much always doing thunder, so I'll do that, and then critical hit. Sure.
All right, so just post regular damage, and then we'll figure out what your max is, and then we'll add what you roll. All right, so max would be 24, plus what you rolled 16. That's going to be 40 points of thunder damage. Creature is stunned until the start of its next turn and deafened for 1 minute. Nice.
Okay, and so that is my action and just a subsequent effect, and then I will use my bonus action to use Cloud Jaunt to go 30 feet over to the side here. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 would get me there. And then, sorry, gotta mark that on my sheet. Okay, and then I have 35 feet of movement, so I'm going to move like 15 more feet, 5, 10, 15, 20 feet that way. And actually, I'm just going to get basically the edge of the map, and in my turn here.
All right, Caliban, it is your turn. You are currently frightened, and you are in the stupor, so unfortunately there's nothing you can do. Your turn is going to end.
Okay.
All right, moving.
Watch out, Zach.
Moving to this one's turn, you're going to notice that it flies directly to here. Once it flies to you, Zach, it is going to attack.
Okay.
15, that's going to hit.
I'll shield it.
All right, go ahead and burn a shield slot. After it attacks you, you're going to notice that it vanishes from your sight. This one's also going to fly here and do the same. And that will miss. And once again, you're going to notice that it vanishes from your sight.
Okay.
All right. Archgale, your turn. Everybody that is currently frightened, you may remove the frightened condition from yourself. The source of your fright's not there anymore. If they come back, they'd have to try to reapply it. So feel free to remove frightened, but don't remove the stupor one. Archgale, your turn.
Did you see that Adam wrote up there? The figure to the south shouts. Oh, that happened.
They're telling them to attack you, Zach, because you're a caster.
Yeah. Did the creature need to roll a con save for Hypnotic Pattern? Or assuming that's Hypnotic Pattern?
Yes, good call. Yep. Unfortunately, that didn't auto-add. Actually, it's not even going to roll a con save because it is stunned, so it makes it incapacitated, so it can't concentrate, so that will automatically end.
Okay, cool.
So those of you that's still in the stupor, yeah, feel free to remove charmed and incapacitated.
Okay,
Nice.
I have a quick question for you there, Adam. Since this creature down here is stunned, attack rolls have advantage, but because of the rain, there's disadvantage. So was that just be even out?
Yes, and to clarify, the rain is causing disadvantage on ranged attacks beyond a certain range. I'm not trying to metagame it too much and tell you exactly this many feet, right? But yes, that would balance it out.
Okay, I'm going to shoot a guiding bolt at this guy down here.
Okay.
I'm going to use it at the second level.
Okay. Nice.
Nice.
Whoa.
Wow.
This poor caster never stood a chance. Oh my goodness.
How does it feel, Adam? Now it's us.
Nice. All right, let's see that radiate crit there, Archgale.
Do you want me to do the crit hit first?
Roll your critical effect first because it might change how you're rolling the dice.
Ooh. Hold on a second.
So just quick
Oh, there we
reminder,
go.
you should have a critical hit button on the bottom. You'll click that, and it will guide you through what you have to do.
It's actually on the
damage
top.
type.
It's on
Oh.
the top now, Adam.
Top. Thank you, Bill. Thanks for reminding me that. I forgot I put them at the top now. Okay, so twice as I have a feeling this is going to do them in. Go ahead and click the crit damage, and this should be 10d6. Yes.
Oh,
10d6. Actually, that's not even as. I think 4d6 is the base. You cast it at level 2. It should make it 5d6. I think it should be 10. Either way, that is going to be enough to basically disintegrate this guy in radiant damage.
Nice.
Yeah. See, this is what the power of a knight can do.
Oh my god.
How's everyone looking? Everyone looking good? I'm gonna move back a little bit.
The dogs just went away for some reason.
They were commanding them.
I'll move my 30 feet right to there, and I will end my turn.
Zach, I don't think you have a fear anymore because they're gone. They've disappeared.
All right, Barnaby, your turn.
All right, seeing that these creatures disappeared and having an uneasy feeling about it, I'm going to go ahead and just take the dodge action.
All right, Runok.
Okay, Runok is going to rush over here. Does he get a sense of, since one of them is hexed, where they are? I know it's not like Hunter's Mark, but
I don't think Hex does that. I'm gonna unless the spell says anything special, I'm gonna say no.
okay. He'll just go to here then, and he will ready an Eldritch Blast if they reappear.
Okay. All right, Runok.
I'm gonna go here, take the dodge action.
Okay, Grim.
Move down to there. What the heck's going on? Dodge act.
Okay, Zach.
I guess I am also going to take the dodge action, and I'm going to run. Actually, no, I'll hold the position I'm in, but I'm just going to take the dodge action. And that'll be my turn.
All right, Caliban.
That's going to. They seem to be targeting Zach, so he's going to try to move over there. There you go. So just move 30 to here. And he will cast Blade Ward on himself. And his turn.
All right, Caliban. Yes, you have called it directly. They are both going to manifest in the same positions they were, still focused on Zach. So the one to the south is going to give out a howl once again. If you already succeeded on the fear save, you don't have to make this save. You're immune to it. If you failed it previously, please give me a wisdom saving throw.
And somebody had a ready to action too.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is there a range to that, or just everybody?
There is a range to it, but everybody is close enough to be affected.
I have the
Well,
Eldritch
that shouldn't
Blast.
be a disadvantage, though.
Hang on one sec. Glory, you said you're not sure it's not supposed to be a disadvantage. That's an 18?
I had marked disadvantage because I was frightened last time. It should be an 18.
Okay, so you're good and you're immune to it moving forward. Caliban, you're going to be frightened again. Grim, you're going to be frightened again. Zach, you'll be frightened again. And then, yes, ready to action. You can go ahead and fire that off. Runok, you succeeded last time, right? So you don't have to make the save?
I was still afraid of them last time.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you had advantage and you made it. But if you failed it last time, let's see. You failed it again. So, yep, you are frightened once again.
Yeah, no, I had advantage on the charm thing.
Just the charm. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the bottom one's turn. Again, pink dot on him. He's the one giving off the frightened. If you're frightened, that's the location you can't get closer to. The one on the north side is going to attempt to bite you here, Zach, and you dodged, right?
Yes.
All right, so this is at disadvantage. So 14, that is going to miss. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, 16 because it's flanking.
I guess I'll shield then so it doesn't hit.
All right, go ahead and burn another shield slot there. We'll move to Barnaby's turn.
All right, do these look to be undead or anything like that, Adam?
What do you think?
I think they're electrical something. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and hit him anyway, and I'll probably crit because that seems to be going around a lot today.
Yeah, if you crit, we know something's in the air. That'll hit, though.
Hey, I'll take it, right? You know. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and add a divine smite onto that level 1 because that's what I have.
Okay. All right, so it looks like Divine Smite is adding the dueling fighting style. I'm just going to take off 3. All right, Runok. So just to clarify, Runok, you failed the Frightened, right?
Yeah, I'm afraid.
All right, let me just go ahead and put that back on you. Everybody that failed, did you guys make sure to add the Frightened icon to you?
Did?
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I was supposed to add that.
I've been doing it just to speed things up, but just as a reminder, if you click your token, there's that set condition button on the top. Just click that, find the condition, and go ahead and submit that.
Okay. But yeah, since I'm frightened and I can't move closer, I am just going to Eldritch Blast.
All right, same target?
Yeah, the hexed one.
Okay. Yeah, that'll certainly hit. All right, the damage plus the hex will wound the creature. All right, Glory, remind me, are you currently frightened?
No.
All right, your turn.
I'm going to dash and bonus action rage in my turn.
Okay, Grim.
I will move away. I want to move down, and then I'll take the dodge action.
All right, Zach, these two creatures seem, for whatever reason, insistent on attacking you. What would you like to do?
Yeah, so I'm going to Cloud Jaunt away is the first thing that I'm going to do. 30 feet or so, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to there. And then I'm going to run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 there. And then I'm going to cast Calm Emotion, which should, as I read this, is this just on one person or is this multiple? Sorry. I cast it anyway. So I'll cast it on myself. It's only one, but let me see how many people I can cast this on. Each humanoid in a 20-foot sphere centered on a point in your in range.
All right, so 20-foot radius.
Yeah, I think I can get everyone, or I can get me, Caliban, and Runok maybe. If not, I can move 5 feet over to the left. I guess not. I think it's just the two of us. It's the only way I can hit that.
I think you could do that, right?
Yes. Ideally, I would put it kind of centered on myself to also try to get Runok.
Yeah, 20-foot radius. That looks like it works to me.
Yeah, so I think I can get the three of us, so I'd hit the three of us with that to ideally just remove the frightened condition.
Nice.
So it says they must succeed on a charisma saving throw or be affected. Choose for each creature. Let's see, do.
You can choose to fail to save, so it's it can prevent or grant like immunity or remove the condition.
Okay, yeah, I assume you guys would understand what's happening here and choose to fail the save.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, you can remove the frightened condition.
Alright, and that's gonna be my turn.
All right, go ahead and hit your end turn button there, and we'll move to Caliban.
Timing, he suddenly becomes unfrightened. I think he can get up there if he does 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And will one-arm swing at this critter right in front.
Yeah, that'll connect. The blade slashes into the spectral creature, wounding it.
I will action surge and try that again.
That'll also connect.
And end my turn.
Alrighty, on the creature's turn, you're going to notice, as before, they are both going to vanish. To save us a bit of time here, as you guys try to regroup, move around, see what you can see, waiting for them to spring back in existence at any moment, they don't.
Let's get out of here.
They
I don't
could
wanna
have
be
at least
around
taken the
fish.
rain with them.
Haha, another victory for Krakova. I will say in my best Archduke impression.
Hey, bud, we need to talk. I think that patch might be getting to your head a little bit.
Don't worry, I have it in my pouch. You can't even see it.
We should check
Oh.
and see what's on this thing.
What were you guys shooting at down here?
It looked like the one commanding them.
So,
Yeah.
Runok, you would have some special knowledge of this type of creature. This is what is known as a necrophage ghast. It is a type of ghoul that has been steeped in arcane teachings and magics. You would know that it has a terrible stench that it gives off when it's active. It is resistant to turning, and other undead nearby it are also resistant to being turned, and it casts a variety of spells.
You smell that? This is the necrophage ghast.
Is
Sounds
it your
serious.
cousin or something? Oh, sorry, that was mean of me.
No, I don't smell like this, do I? It's a spellcaster, though. Be careful. And it's resistant to your shenanigans, Arch.
Sir Archgale.
Sir. Sir, yes, sir?
Does it have an arcane focus, or is it just innate?
If you search its body, you do not find an arcane focus.
Sounded dangerous. What happened to him? He looks almost exploded.
Well, Archie got him with a pretty good shot there.
Yeah, I did.
That's the first time I've ever punched royalty.
Adam, do I know, is it normal for them just to be, like, wandering around like this?
Well, I don't know if you know that this one was wandering around or whether it was on like orders, right? But generally speaking, no, they don't just go places. They don't have like free will. They're in service of the Empire of the Ghouls, and they only like they might be on like a patrol, for example, here in Krakova. Certainly possible, or more likely, it's on special orders.
Yeah,
This might be bad news, everyone. They might be looking for us.
the priestess there said that the only time we'd run into ghouls was if they were on a mission. It would be unusual, and what happens? We run into one right away. It's not a good sign.
Well, but it's also right on the main road, so maybe it wasn't about us and we just happened to stumble into them.
I'm gonna reach over and pat Zach on the back and cast guidance for investigation.
Okay, I will investigate, I guess.
What are we going for here, Archgale? Are you trying to get him to like search to see if he's got anything hidden
Yeah,
on him?
I will tell him, hey, maybe see if he has any like orders on him or like any notes.
All right, sure enough. So if you want to do that search there, Zach, go ahead and throw me an investigation check. You don't find any kind of orders or notes on him, but you do notice that scribed in his flesh are various arcane runes and symbols.
Would we know what those are? Can we read them?
Give me an Arcana check. You don't.
Nailed it. Hey, Vernax, you know how to read this stuff? He's your kind, right?
Well, he's some variation that's been horribly transfigured into this, but yes. I if it's about magic and stuff, I'm not very good at that, but I can look at it. Does it have any? Is it in Darkpool or?
No, these are just arcane symbols and runes. It's not written in the Derricua language.
I'm not sure. Maybe it's how it casts the spells.
Could be. Well, let's get moving. Maybe find a place to rest. That was quite tiring.
It's like a
Yeah.
weapon that he's made when they made him, right? They crafted him this way. It's insane.
You know, at some point, this might have been a thinking and feeling creature like myself, and then look at what they did to it. All in service of the Empire.
Ugh, like ghouls can feel.
Oh, we can feel. Believe me.
All right. It's safe to assume you guys are going to continue down the path on your destined travel.
Yep.
Alrighty, trying to speed this up a little bit. Feel free to apply a long rest. 5 days are going to pass as you continue traveling overland here, making your way down the Morgau Road. As far as how close you're getting, you're still not to Wallenberg yet. You've been sleeping in like shrubs or on the outskirts of areas. It's just been miserable. You're cold. You're to the point where you're like risking exhaustion now simply because of how rough you've been sleeping. You're all miserable and kind of grumbly, snapping at each other. Those of you that might not be really able to hold in when you're just getting too frustrated from the nasty conditions. The rain is like off and on here in Krakovar, so some days you're clear, but many days you are not. But one of the days when the weather calms down quite a bit here, you do find that as night is approaching, you are finding yourself in a little bit of a larger village. So you're happy to see some civilization, and I imagine many of you are even thinking, oh, warm food in the belly, don't have to eat rations, maybe even a nice bed to sleep in. And as you're wondering this, passing through this village, or passing to the center of it at least, sure enough, you notice a larger sized inn for this size village, and you notice that there is a sign out front that says the Cask and Crow.
Perhaps it's a traveling lodge. We should go inside.
Got to be better than out here. Absolutely. So tired of being wet.
All right, sounds like you guys are wanting to head in that direction. I'm going to move you to the inn's map. You find yourselves here on the outskirts of the inn. You notice this inn is a reasonably fine establishment. You can see there's a few folks outside, and you can see through the windows a little bit into the inside, where you notice a group of folks sitting at a table, seemingly enjoying some soup.
I cannot see, and I assume Zach cannot either.
Thank you
that's
very much. Let me go ahead and fix that for you real quick. This is a little bit later, so I'm going to put some light on, but I'm going to make it a little bit dim. There you are.
Oh man, what they're eating looks good. I I could shoot my arm off at this stage.
Yeah, let's head inside.
Okay.
You say something about chewing an arm off.
Oh, how foul. Why would you make a joke like that?
Watch what I say around this one.
All right, Caliban, as you open the door and step inside the inn, the sounds of the inn suddenly flood out the door. You notice behind the counter is a bartender as well as a barmaid. There's a few other folks around, a couple people sitting off in the corner, seemingly enjoying a pint and chatting with one another. You'll notice the people in the sort of like the southwest corner there, all gathered around this table, eating some type of stew.
Hey, Adam, before I enter, I'm going to cast Channel Divinity for in case I spot any undead and fiend and celestial.
You said before you enter?
Yeah, I'm still outside.
Go ahead and post that
Because-
again for me.
It lasts for 10 minutes now.
10 minutes. Yep. I think, is it still blocked by stuff?
I'm trying to figure out how to get this thing posted.
Should be a speech bubble on there if you can't. Okay, there you go.
Yep, there you go.
Oh my goodness, not even blocked by anything anymore. Jeez Louise. Within 60 feet of you, you are confident that only Runak detects as one of those types.
Fair enough.
All right, as you guys are approaching the counter, you're going to notice the bartender standing here, and he kind of just looks at you as you're approaching. You notice the barmaid standing behind. As you guys approach, kind of just scan briefly. Feel free to make a insight check here as you're approaching them to see if you can get any kind of a read on either of these folks.
Is that everybody or just one?
All of you can make this check.
Adam, if you add both of mine together, I have an 11. Just to let you know.
That still fails. All
You
right.
can double down on blackjack.
There you go. Yeah. Glory, Grim, Zach, Caliban. Those of you that I just listed, you're going to notice that the barmaid looks apprehensive. Like you can see her kind of sweating a bit. She seems nervous for some reason that you're not quite sure, but it's pretty clear to you that she is. The bartender, you also get somewhat of a similar vibe, but he seems like he's doing a better job masking his face with his what's affecting him. You see he sees you all approaching, and he says, "Oh, greetings. Welcome to the Crow and Cask. What can I get for you? Cask and Crow, of course."
Food and ale, both, please. And Caliban will slide, get a gold on the table just to show that he's got coin.
Oh, gold. Perhaps you would like to rent our private dining room.
Kind of look.
Nah. Nah, let's drink out here.
Yeah, we're fine here. The room is warm, and we like to be close to the bar.
Oh, well, I could definitely have Alyssa here wait on you, and the private dining room has its own heated area. It's got its own fireplace in there. It's nice and toasty for fine folks like yourself.
I think he wants us out of the plain sight.
All right, your subtle spell casting that, Zach. Sorry, real quick, I just want to make sure I get Zach's spell here. So you're just doing the surface level thoughts?
Correct. Yeah, on the woman who looked like more afraid.
On her. Okay. Her surface level thoughts are, I hope she's okay. I hope she's smart enough to stay in her room.
Okay, I'll keep that to myself for now.
All right, sorry, Glory, you were just about to say something?
No, we'll drink here.
As you wish, as you wish. Let's see. Can I get ales or ciders for you fine folks?
Ale,
Yeah,
please.
that'd be nice.
Ale.
Ale, excellent, excellent. Jordy, bring out 7 ales, 7 ales. And you'll see this guy who's kind of in the back. Oh, yeah, sure, boss, right away. And you see he starts getting your stuff together.
Really quickly, we've most definitely passed into like former Krakova or now Krakovar territory.
Yes. Yep. You guys have been on the road for like 7 or 8 total days now. So yes, you are in the middle of Krakovar.
I'm gonna go through like one by one and connect my mind to each party member and relay what I learned from the barmaid.
All right. Nice. The
Try-
telepathic text message. All right.
You hear Grim at the table over there go, "What? What? What was that?"
Probably just
How's everything been going around here?
You notice he takes this cloth and is kind of wiping down the counter here. What do you mean?
Well, it can be a little tough being just a small town out here. I was hoping that we are passing through, and we were wondering if there were any dangers along the roads here.
Dangers. Well, as long as you follow the rules and the laws and don't get in the way of the great followers of Morena, I'm sure you'll be just fine. Don't break the laws.
What are the laws, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, well, I don't have a full list of them, I'm afraid, but pretty much is stay out of the cultists' way. Don't interact with them. Don't harm them in any way. Don't steal things. Don't hurt other people. And do what you're told.
Okay, easy enough.
All right, you'll notice Jordy brings up those ales and just kind of slides them over one by one, putting one ale in front of each of you. And then he's like, "Oh, did you say 7, boss?" He's like, "Yep. Alyssa, go give that guy his." And you see Alyssa will make her way around the counter and come over here to hand you your ale, Grim, or slide it on the table in front of you, and then make her way back to the behind the counter.
Adam, I want to take a look at the folks around the area, and do any of them look to be part of that group that they just were like saying, "Hey, make sure you don't do this regarding the group"?
Perception check. You scan around the common room here. The folks in the southwest corner look to be, you assume to be like just townsfolk. None of them are dressed in like any attire that you would associate with the cultists. The folks in the northwest corner there, sitting by that table, similarly dressed, maybe a little bit nicer dressed as far as like cut of the cloth and so forth, but they also don't look like they're dressed in anything you would assume to be cultist-like. As you're looking there, though, you suddenly hear a thump coming from the ceiling above you.
What was that?
Bartender scratches the back of his neck. Oh, I don't know. I'm sure it must be nothing.
Lodgers upstairs? Is there a room we could rent?
Yes. You just need one room?
No, we would need a couple. There's several of us, and some of us are big, and some definitely smell a little funny at night. And kind of gives a bit of a.
Speak for yourself, Hellborn.
Well, I got one room that's got bugs in it. That can sleep 4. I've got another one that has a larger bed and then a side bed that kind of goes under that bed. That one can sleep 3 if you can sleep 2 to a bed. Then I've got one that can sleep 3. One of them is currently occupied, and then I've got one that just has 2 single beds that can sleep 2.
Maybe the room of 4 and the one with the larger bed. Probably need a larger bed.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. We call that first room the bunk room because it sleeps 4. That one is going to cost you 2 gold pieces for the night. The one with the larger bed, that's also 2 gold pieces. Nicer.
That's only 5 of us. Who's sleeping on the floor?
But 3 and 4 is 7.
I got bottom bunk.
Yeah, I could sleep sort of anywhere.
I'll hand over 4 gold pieces.
He takes the coin from you, and you see his hand shakes a little bit as he slides the 2 keys over to you. There you are. Are you trying to head up right away, or perhaps you'd like to wait in the private dining room, and we'll make sure everything's ready for you?
We can go check it out. Maybe we can go just check it out.
This
No-
private dining room must be nice.
Oh, it's
I
the
can
top.
eat.
It's the top.
I want to go check out the room.
You see he scratches the back of his neck again. Okay.
I can go take a look at the that special dining room you've got. Anyone want to go with me?
I'm gonna grab. Where's Barnaby at?
Alyssa, please show him to the special dining room. He said he wants to check it out. Follow me.
And Adam, just as a reminder, that thing lasts for like 10 minutes in case that matters. So
Yep.
Let's go check the room. I might want to hit the bed early, you know. It's been a long several days on the road.
Yeah,
see-
let's check our rooms.
He points to the left there, so closer to Runak, and he's like, just take the stairs up right there. You'll find him there.
I call top bunk.
Thanks.
After you, sir.
Runak and Grim, as you
Oh,
take a
thank
step
you.
up, I'm going to lock the tokens momentarily. You take the stairs up, moving pretty quickly. As you get to the top and ascend to the next level, you notice a eating area before you, and you see a handful of individuals dressed in cultist robes. The 2 that are closest to you here, Runak, you see one of them turns back and looks at you and just gives almost like a disregarding you entirely sniff, and then turns back to the table.
Don't mind me. Just on my way to my room. Do they look like the
Well-
blood god queen robes, cultist robes?
They do indeed.
I guess I might as well go up with my friends since nobody cares about the dining room.
Which rooms were ours again, fellas?
I just
That-
opened this one.
Runak, that one opens to your key. So I've left these doors unlocked with the assumption that you'll have the key. But yeah, that one unlocks. And if you test the doors briefly, the one to the west also opens with your key.
Are there room numbers on the keys? that we
There
have?
are. Yep. So the first one would be like 1, and then the one Runak's in would be 2.
Okay, I would like intentionally go to the wrong room first to try to see like if one of these doors is locked or you know, if somebody makes noise when I try to open like the wrong door.
Sure. Which one would you like to pick for that? So again, they're at 1 and 2, which is the appropriate rooms. Feel free to pick any other one that you want to just kind of bump.
I would actually go to like the end of the hall first.
All right. Feel free to move your token down there. You make your way down there. Try to open the door, but it is locked.
Okay, and do I like hear anything on the other side when
Throw me a perception check. You do not.
And then one other thing I would like to do. Actually, I need to read my spell. One sec. Okay, never mind. This is I was gonna use it to try to detect the presence of like thought, but it says it's blocked by an inch of metal, or I guess it's well, it says a foot. This is all wood, correct?
Yes, the doorway I'd say is not a foot wide. Certainly not.
Okay, then I would try to use detect thoughts again subtly with the intention of detecting like the presence of some thinking to see like what room this person is in. All right, let me see if I can post that. I don't know why it's not giving like the full description.
That's okay. Yeah, I expand it. So you're doing the sense thoughts. You sense the presence. So you sense the presence of thoughts in 30 feet of yourself that belong to a creature that know languages or are telepathic. Yes, I would say the closest thoughts to you that you can filter out that are not your companions are coming fairly close. It's hard for you to pinpoint them, though, based on what I'm reading here. But you will hear the thoughts you hear are basically, should I go out the window? I wonder if the fall would hurt me too bad.
Okay, and can I tell like what room that's coming from, or do I not know?
From what I'm seeing here, no. It says you sense the presence of thoughts within 30 feet that belong to a creature, so you sense that. To read the thoughts, you have to target them, so someone you can see, or one creature yourself that you detected. Oh, okay, with the... All right, so I don't know that that tells you where they are, but you could try to read thoughts.
Okay, I guess I could try to read it. I don't know if that'll do me any good, but well, is that as like to probe deeper? Because I don't want to like give away my position, I guess is the thing. So
No,
I'm just
that
trying to
looks
figure out
me,
what
yeah, that looks to me like it's separate. I would say with what you've put together here so far, you're pretty sure this person's in the next room.
Okay, all right. Then I would you know, stumble over there and kind of do the same thing and see if, you know, any noise is made, and then go to the correct room is the
All
third
right.
one.
And as you're in the process of doing that, another door here is going to open, and you're going to heal. Those of you sort of in the common room there, you're going to hear a tail end of a conversation. You're going to hear, "Don't worry, we will find them. I've already told you I'm on it." And stepping through this doorway is a figure some of you may recognize. I'm going to lock the tokens here, and this is where we're going to end our session for tonight, folks. So hope everybody had a good session. It was an interesting one. We'll see what next week's session holds, but yeah, you guys are right in the thick of it. But yeah, good night, everyone. Hope you had a good one. We'll see y'all next week.
All right, good job, guys.
Who is it?
Nice.
It's the girl that we escorted to Gristle.